And a very good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School, where we are getting ready for football between Collinsville and Mascoutah. It is senior night here at Collinsville High School, so without any further ado, we're just going to turn things over and let the PA man, John Sika, take it over from here.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will be celebrating our senior football players and their parents. Trent Mode, parents Cindy and Dan Mode. Trent's future plans are to attend Missouri University. Gage Trevere, parents Jessica Shute and Mark Trevere. Gage's future plans are to attend Aurora University to play football and major in business. Jackson Lee, parents Gina and Darren Lee. Jackson's future plans include attending Illinois College for track and field. Martin Ochoa, parents Maria and Jesus Ochoa. Martin's future plans include study to become an auto mechanic. Terrence Smith, parents Marcia Rogers. Future plans include attending an undecided college. Chris Cloud, sister Stage Garcia. Future plans, attend college for track and field. Kyle Kershaw, parents Sherry and Brian Kershaw. Future plans, attend the University of Indiana and major in business. Chase Counton, parents Christy and Jeff Counton. Future plans, attend the University of Alabama and major in biology and pre-med. Devin Detchens, parent Beth Detchens. Future plans, attend a four-year university with aspirations of becoming a lawyer. Cameron Johnson, parents Carla Johnson and Charles Bodie. Future plans, become an electrical engineer. Jaden Neighbors, parents Christine and Terrence Neighbors. Future plans, undecided on college of attendance. Stephen Green II, parent Audrey Joyner, John Hammond, his grandfather. Future plans, attend college to play football. That's our senior class of football players. On behalf of the coaches, the players, and Unit 10, we thank you for your efforts and support.
And look at your senior class as far as the 2021 football season is concerned. We're just going to go ahead 6:30. I know we're going to be a little bit early, but we're just going to go ahead and fire everything up. And in the meantime, I have to tell you that we're going to shut this camera down. And we are now going to hook up to the new huddle camera here at the stadium. So as soon as that comes back on, we will be up and running. And there's our new look at our new camera. First time using the camera out here at the football field. So we hope everything goes as planned tonight. And just in case we do have the backup camera sitting there as well. So we are just going to go ahead and launch right into it with the intro, and we'll be back with the pregame show here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
You know what it is. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Yeah, you know what it is. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm Mascoutah-March, Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And once again, a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and Dr. Chris McCluskey will be here in just a little while, and we welcome you into coverage here of week number 2 of the Mississippi Valley Bowl Series, as this game features your Collinsville Kahawks against the Mascoutah Indians. And speaking of Dr. McCluskey, he's sponsoring the pregame show. Welcome to the Chiropractic Works pregame show, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Well, it is senior night. Hope you enjoyed the senior night festivities. Thank you very much to Mr. Glenn Woodcock, who not only has gotten us on this huddle camera here after trying to figure it out most of the day, and we appreciate his efforts, but he also manned the camera there during the senior ceremony. So thank you very much for that, sir. We certainly appreciate all of your efforts. All right, Collinsville comes into this contest with a overall record, well, of 0-1. We've only played the one game, and that was last week against Triad under head coach Joe Beavis in his first year. Finally got game number 1 under his belt. Mascoutah, they are 1-0. They are coached by Joshua Lee. He is in his 5th year, and with that win last week over Highland, he is now 20-22 on the year. This, I understand, will be his last year as he's taking employment outside of education. Don't have any idea what happened to my camera, but my camera just went black again. In the meantime, we'll just keep on going here. Lee, his first season in 2016. Hope that doesn't keep on happening. Went 1-8. So I'm kind of giving you a little bit of a maybe a picture into the future here, as you know, things usually go with new coaches. He went 1-8 in his first year, so I'm asking you to have some patience here for our new Collinsville head coach Joe Beavis. Second year under Lee for Mascoutah, he went 3-6. That was in 2017. So a couple more wins than the first year. The third year paid dividends. Went 6-4, went to the playoffs, but lost in the first round. And then last year, Mascoutah went 9-4, and they made it to the state semifinals last year before they lost to eventual state champion Rochester by a score of 56-34 in the first round. Mascoutah beat Carbondale 40-28. Second round, they knocked out Kankakee 22-18, and in the quarterfinals, they beat Joliet Catholic by a score of 21-14. So hopefully, and I know it's been a while since we've had a coach that stuck around longer than 2 or 3 years. So hopefully this one's going to stick around, and we'll start to see things heading in the right direction. Maybe we might see that tonight. Who knows? We have a tough task ahead of us. By the way, just a little background on Mascoutah. They were state champs in 1979. They went 13-0 that year under Fred Vonderlinden. That was his first year, by the way. He went 9-1 the next year, and that was, I think, his last year. So he got himself a state championship in 1 year and then was gone the next. Lee, by the way, has guided his team to back-to-back playoff berths. I told you they lost in round number 1 in 2018. Collinsville, of course, they haven't been to the playoffs since the 2010 season, when they went on the road and were one and done against Danville. Matter of fact, Collinsville's 3 trips to the playoffs have all resulted in one and dones, and so far Collinsville has yet to host a playoff game since playoffs began back in 1974. So we will talk about last week, what these two teams did against their certain opponents, and we'll do that after a break here on the Chiropractic Works.
As the Director of
pregame
Sports
show.
Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and welcome back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show. All right, so let's go backwards in time 1 week, and we'll tell you what these two teams did. Mascoutah, as I mentioned, comes in 1-0. They downed Highland last week in their season opener, 35-20. That was a home opener for Mascoutah, so this is their first road game. The Indians scored all the points they would need in the first half. All 35 of their points came in the first half. They had 28 runs for 97 yards, couple of touchdowns on the ground, both of those by their quarterback, Chase Hansen. Through the air, Hansen went 12 of 14 for 197 yards and a touchdown through the air as well, plus the couple of touchdowns he had for a run. He has his touchdown runs. One was 4 yards and one was for 49 yards. His passing touchdown was for 12 yards, and that went to Chase McDaniel. McDaniel caught five catches for 13 yards, including that touchdown catch. On the defense, they had 3 fumble recoveries, did Mascoutah last week, and 1 interception. They also had a couple of quarterback sacks, so they really kind of took it to Highland in that game. They allowed 167 yards on 36 carries on the ground, so that was about 4.64, so you can run a little bit against these guys. The secondary had 170 passing yards against them on 10 receptions. And by the way, Mascoutah lost 22 players to graduation after last year when they went all the way down to the semifinal and got beat, as we mentioned to you earlier. Collinsville, as you may remember, lost at Triad last week in their season opener on the road, 21-0. That game was scoreless through most of the third quarter, and then a 91-yard punt return at the toward the end of that third quarter broke that 0-0 tie. And 2 short quarterback runs accounted for the other 2 touchdowns for Triad, 1 for 1 yard and 1 for 2 yards by Drew Straub. Sam Yeager, by the way, was the one who broke that 91-yarder, and those 2 quarterback runs came in the fourth, so Collinsville really held their own for most of the first half, and then that 91-yard punt return for a touchdown really kind of just sunk heads and shoulders and Really, Kahawks were never the same out of that. Collinsville allowed 150 yards rushing in that game on 29 carries, so Triad was averaging 5.1 yards per carry on the ground. So you figure that out. You hand the ball off twice, and boom, you have a first down. A couple of TDs on the ground as well. The Kahawks did have one turnover in that game, and that was quarterback Anderson's fumble. So Collinsville probably working on some things a little bit differently than they did last week against Triad, because they're going to get ready to face a totally different offense. Triad run. And Mascoutah, well, they'll do some running as well, but they'll pass the ball a lot more than what Triad did last week. As a matter of fact, a lot more than what Collinsville did last week as well. We'll take a look at some individual numbers here between these two teams when we come back from our next break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I'm Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey will be along here in just a moment. Let's continue by looking at some individual performances from last week. We'll begin with Mascoutah. We told you a little bit about Chase Hansen. 12 completions out of 14 attempts for 197 yards. He completed 85.7% of his passes for a passer rating of 192.6. That's a pretty good day for young Mr. Hansen there. Hansen, by the way, also led the team in rushing. He ran the ball 16 times for 65 yards, and he scored 2 touchdowns, and he averaged 4.1 yards a carry. You'll see also the likes of Kevin Brown. Brown carried the ball last week 9 times for 32 yards, so he averaged about 3.6 yards a carry. And then Ryan Jackson carried the ball 1 time for 6 yards. So Chase Hansen, 197 yards through the air. Who did most of those go to? Well, we told you Chase McDaniel caught a touchdown. And, or no, he did not catch a touchdown, actually. He went 5 catches for 13 yards. Aiden Jones, number 1, is the one we're going to have to keep our eye on. He caught 6 catches last week for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. So young Mr. Jones averaged 22 yards a catch in that win over Highland. You'll have to pay attention to Aiden Jones as a punter, too. 4 for 174 yards. He's averaging 43 yards a punt. So Aiden Jones can catch the ball, and he can kick the ball as well. And you know what? He also plays a little bit of defense. He had 7 tackles, and he had 1 interception last week as well. Thomas Conroy led the team in tackles with 8 last week versus Highland, and he ended up with 1 of those 2 sacks. Thomas Beck had the other sack, and Cedric Rhodes had a couple of tackles and 2 quarterback sacks, or excuse me, 2 fumble recoveries, not sacks, 2 fumble recoveries in that contest over Highland. All in all, Highland carried the ball last week 26 times for 103 yards. They averaged about 3.9 yards per carry. And Collinsville did a pretty decent job last week against the run, not allowing any big ones. As we mentioned, the big blow there was that 91-yard punt return for a touchdown. And passing, Mascoutah averaged 16.4 yards per catch in that win last week over Highland. For Collinsville, quarterbacking last week, of course, was Colby Anderson, and Colby went 1 of 7 through the air. He only completed 1 pass for 13 yards. That 1 pass was completed to Chris Garcia-Cloud, and that was it. The rest of them were incomplete passes, so 14.2% for Colby Anderson and a passer rating of just 23%. Anderson did run the ball pretty well, 13 times for 39 yards. He averaged 3 yards a carry, but Stephen Green got the most yards on the average side. He carried the ball 6 times for 34 yards. That averaged 5.7 yards per carry, but Jaden Neighbors got the most yardage. He carried the ball 16 times for 53 yards, and he averaged 3.3 yards per carry. As I told you, the only receiving statistic we have is the 1 catch by Chris Garcia-Cloud, so 1 catch for 13 yards. You figure out the math. That'll give him a 13-yard average, right? On the defensive side of things, leading tackler was Chase Counton. He came in with 3. He also had 4 assists on the tackling side. Collinsville really spread the tackling out in that loss against Triad. So Chase Counton gets credit for 7 total tackles. Seth Sorensen had 7 assists, so he was up there as well in that department. And Damian Swaggart had 1 tackle, 1 of those for a loss, and he had 6 assists, so he ended up with 7 total tackles as well when you add all those things in together. Counton, Sorensen, and Swaggart all ended up with 7 total tackles in the defensive department. 54 total plays ran by Collinsville for 156 yards and 13 passing yards, plus the 143 on the ground equals 156. Kahawks had 10 first downs in that loss against Triad. They went 6 of 14 on third downs. Most of those third down conversions were 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, somewhere around there. So they got 43% of their third down conversions, but they did not get any on 4th down. They went for a first down twice on 4th down and failed both times. The 54 total plays for Collinsville, that averaged out to about 2.8 yards per play and 3.1 yards per carry on the ground. So you are all caught up with all of the stats that we have for you from these 2 individual teams from last week. We will take a break, and when we come back, we may pass on a little history for you. You know how I love to give my history reports, so we'll take a look at that in just a moment as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the
As the Director
Kahok
of
Sports
Sports
Network.
Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey joining us on the other microphone as we get ready to get things going here. Back deep is Travion Swaggart and Jalen Richardson as Mascoutah will kick the ball off to Collinsville first, and the kickoff is underway and is picked up by Swaggart at the 17-yard line. He takes it out to his left-hand side, cuts it up toward the middle, and makes it all the way out to the 30-yard line or close to it before He is brought down. Again, welcome to Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke with you. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Todd, thanks for having us. It's interesting to call a football game in the spring, but
Isn't it?
it's I'll take it. You know, the kids are getting to play. We've got fans in the stands, and Trey Swaggart has a nice return. We'll see what the Kahok offense has to offer here on this beautiful Friday night at Kahok Stadium.
Not bad. Clouds cleared up for a little while. Moved back in now, but we are supposed to have some sunshine today and tomorrow. In shotgun is Colby Anderson. Anderson takes the snap, hands it off to Richardson. Richardson drops the ball, and on the first play of scrimmage for Collinsville, Mascoutah takes the fumble recovery, and they will start, the Indians will, inside the red zone on their first possession. That's a very auspicious start.
Well, let's make a correction. We'll see what the Kahok defense has to offer here on this beautiful night at Kahok Stadium.
Well, we had a pretty good defense last week against the run, but as I mentioned in pregame, this team will pass the ball a lot. And right now, Chase Hansen is at shotgun position, and he has Kevin Brown to his left, and the handoff goes to Brown, who tries to cut it up right around the right tackle area, and he doesn't get very far, maybe a yard or two before he is finally brought down.
Yeah, nice penetration by the Kahok defense. Our defensive end sealed the edge. Tackle goes wide, and our linebackers filled the gaps nicely for no gain for Mascoutah.
No gain, as they say on the ground, and it's 2nd down and 10. Hansen in shotgun once again. He's going to go back to pass. He looks right. He throws right. He's got a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Chase McDaniel. And just like that, Collinsville trails 6-0 pending the extra point.
Yeah, Collinsville's defensive backs got a little crossed up on their assignments, and all the Mascoutah quarterback had to do is float the ball out, and he made good on it. That's 6 points, Mascoutah.
Hansen picks up a 17-yard touchdown to McDaniel. And on to try the extra point is Aiden Jones. I told you this kid does everything. And we're going to find out if he can kick an extra point as well. Well, they made all 4 of them or 5 of them last week, so apparently he does. Ball up, kick is on the way, and this kick looked like just got through on the left goalpost. So just like that, Collinsville trails 7-0. So
the kid's got a leg on him. That ball would have been good from 35. Todd.
yeah, he did plaster it. It just was the fact of whether it was going to go right down the middle or stay off to the right.
I mean, it went out of the stadium fence.
Yeah, or to the left. Yeah, back there where they parked the buses.
Right.
So apparently this Aiden Jones has the leg because he's also the punter. And as I mentioned in the pregame show, last week he punted 4 times for 174 yards. That's an average of 43 yards a punt. So
that's impressive for even in college, that's impressive for a high school young man.
Yeah. All right, so we will see how Collinsville wants to rebound here, or Collinsville needs to rebound here, and hopefully that'll be the only miscue of this game.
You know, at all levels I've noticed, and I think a lack of preparation plays into this, but there have been a lot of turnovers in football this spring at all levels. And I just think, yeah, everybody's not sure-handed. They haven't been hitting very long. So I think turnovers are probably going to be a little bit more of a factor now than what we're normally used to.
All right, Aiden Jones going to use that leg again to kick the ball off for the second time in just about 40 seconds. 11:21 left to play here in this first quarter. We're just underway. Collinsville's first play comes from scrimmage, a fumble, and a couple of plays later, Mascoutah is already in the end zone. So Jones kicks it off, a little squibber. He's not going to try Trey again, and this time, oh, man, I'm telling you what, this looks like it's going to belong to Mascoutah again.
Oh, boy.
Bounced off the up lineman. I believe that was Chris Garcia-Cloud, if I'm not mistaken. And now they have to peel the bodies away and see who gets the ball. And it looks like it's going to be
we don't know.
Mascoutah's ball. Man, oh, man.
Well, let's see what Collinsville's defense has to offer. They're going to get a second chance, right?
I thought this was Groundhog Day. Didn't you just say that? I'm having deja vu.
Hey, the good news is it's early in the game.
It is very
time
early.
Come off the clock yet.
All right, Chase Hansen back at it. 1st and 10 from the Collinsville 38, so 2 possessions starting in Collinsville territory. Play goes out on a little flat pass, and once again, it is Chase McDaniel who hauls it down, and he'll pick up about 7 on that play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 3.
Yeah, brought down by number 1 Stevie Green, a very talented Collinsville senior. Has a lot of colleges looking at him. Kid's going to be flying all over the field, so pay attention to number 1 tonight, fans.
Second down and 3 here for Mascoutah. Once again, Hanson in shotgun. He has Kevin Brown right behind him, and Hanson is going to keep it. We told you last week he was the leading rusher for Mascoutah, 16 carries for 65 yards, and this time he will move the chains. First down for Mascoutah.
Yeah, Seth Sorensen, the inside backer. Stephen Green again in on the tackle. It does move the chains, but they stayed home and kept Mascoutah from busting a big play.
First and 10, new set of downs here for the Indians. By the way, wearing charcoal gray, very dark gray pants. Their colors are the same as Collinsville's, purple and white. This time a overthrow, and that was intended for Aiden Jones, who led the team last week with 132 yards on 6 catches with a couple of touchdowns.
It was nice to see a miscue by Mascoutah. It looked like the quarterback thought that Jones was going to run a fly pattern. He cut it off on a slant, and there was just nothing happening on that play.
So it'll bring up second down and 10 for Mascoutah on Collinsville's 26-yard lines. Kahawks would love a stop here. And the handoff is going to go back, and in the backfield, taken down is number 41, Kevin Brown. A bunch of Kahawks in on that tackle.
Hey, great play by number 57, Tate Latham. He stayed home. He busted that whole play up, and he had some help by a whole host of Collinsville Kahawk defenders.
Loss of 3 on the play will bring up a third down and 13. Back on the Collinsville 29. 2 wide receivers line up here on the near side, 2 on the far side, and Kevin Brown offset over the right-hand shoulder of Hanson. Hanson's going to go back to pass. He rolls. He throws. He has a man open. Is he in bounds? He is. It's going to be short of the first down, but Aiden Jones does catch the ball over there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down and about 3 to go for a first down here for Mascoutah.
Yeah, great athletic play by Jones. He kept his feet in bounds. Quarterback threw a bullet. Probably look for Mascoutah to go for it on this play.
I would think so. Number 1, as I mentioned, Aiden Jones is their punter, but he's lined out as a wide receiver all the way over there on the far side. Hanson in shotgun, hands the ball off to Brown. Brown gets it up. Nope, fake handoff, and I don't know what Hanson was thinking there. Brown would have gotten the first down if he would have handed the ball off, but he ends up throwing a little dump pass, and the only thing it dumped into was about the 10-yard line.
Well, number 19 looks like Jacob Gregory really busted that play up and forced the quarterback to just throw the ball into the ground. That's a huge play for Collinsville.
Sure is. Collinsville gets the ball back without any damage done on that turnover, but already a fumble recovery and what basically was an onside kick recovery by Mascoutah, even though I don't think it was intended to be, but that's how it turned out. So Collinsville's second play from scrimmage is a handoff, and it goes up the right-hand side and not getting very far.
Number 3, the ball carrier,
Seth Sorensen. Seth Sorensen didn't figure in the running game last week, so a little bit of a twist here for Joe Beavis and his team. As Jackson Lee trots in for the play here and brings the play with him to relay to the huddle.
It's like a loss of 1 for Collinsville. They're going to have it a 2nd and 11 deep in their own territory.
Jackson Lee lines up as the wide receiver on the far side. Anderson in shotgun will hand the ball off, and we have whistles before the handoff is even complete to Stephen Green.
It's like the defensive end came across the line. Not sure if anybody from Collinsville jumped.
Let's hope not. Here comes the call, and it is
There it is. Oh, what? False start defense.
False start against the defense. Don't they call that an offside?
That's spring football.
Yeah, okay. So.
Well, then they backed us up.
What? So what did he? It was a false start against us, but he pointed to the wrong side?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was encroachment. I didn't see anybody jump, but I'm not down on the field.
All right. So second down and about 16 now for Collinsville. Ball on their 13-yard line. If they weren't deep enough in their own territory, they are now. Jackson Lee again lines up as a wide receiver, and the handoff again goes to Green. He cuts it up the middle, has a little bit of room, and gets close to the original line of scrimmage. I think he may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up third down and 10 here for Collinsville.
Yeah, that was the same play they were going to run before. I like the option for Stephen Green. He's a great athlete. He could either bounce it outside or he could go north and south. He chose to go north and south. And if we weren't so deep in our territory, that'd be a great play.
Yeah, well, it would be a nice little pickup on first down. Cut the field or cut that in half and be a second down and 10, but not the case. Third down and 10, and Collinsville needs to pick up 10 yards here on this play, or they will end up giving the ball back to Mascoutah. Jackson Lee again lined up as the only wide out on the far side. Snap is to Colby Anderson. He throws to Jackson Lee. Oh, no, another guy over there. That's Stephen Green, who came out of the backfield and was wide open over there in that little flat area on the left side of the formation. Nice play, Collinsville.
Great play call by Joe Beavis. Jackson Lee was the decoy. Stephen Green doesn't usually come out of the backfield. He almost ran that play like a slot guy. Sure-handed catch, and that's good for a Collinsville first down. And it also gets us out of deep in our own territory.
Oh, yeah.
You know, field position game is huge.
That it is. And now Collinsville will hand the ball off, and they will do so to Sorensen again. And Sorensen gets whipped down behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose about 4 on the play.
Yeah, Sorensen thought he could bounce it outside. He probably would have been better off going north and south. Mascoutah has some speed, looks like, especially in their outside backing crew. So here we go. Collinsville's put themselves in a hole. They're going to be second, and it looks like about 15 from about their own 40-yard line.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of Mascoutah after Collinsville's first play from scrimmage turned into a fumble. 2 plays later, Mascoutah scores. Snap. Anderson going to throw. He gets hit as he does, and he overthrows everyone, and he had to get rid of that early.
Yeah, he thought Stephen Green was going to be on a fly pattern, but Steve got knocked off of his route. Interesting, we haven't seen Trey Swaggart on the offensive field for many plays.
Evan Stevens put the pressure on Colby Anderson. Stevens, 6'2", 220-pound senior defenseman. That's a lot of person coming in at you.
Well, think about Mascoutah. You know, they're a small school, but they've got Scott Air Force Base right next door. A lot of military kids, a lot of kids to choose from. So they're a quality football team.
Trent Mode lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Anderson takes the snap. He's going to run it up the middle. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to be about it. So it'll bring up another long situation here for Collinsville, and this time it'll be on 4th down.
Yeah, well, that play from, the completion to Stephen Green shows very beneficial because now all of a sudden if you get a nice punt, yeah, you're in control from a field position standpoint. You can let your defense work.
Chase Counton is back to punt for Collinsville. He had all kinds of problems last week at Triad. Not sure who's deep here for Mascoutah. Can't see the number right now, but back at the 25 and movement up front.
I think I saw movement on the left side of Collinsville's line. Oh, no, encroachment.
That's offside. See, we got one back there.
I'd say it might be a makeup call.
We got 5 yards of that back, so do you want to stick with the punt on 4th and 5 from midfield?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Play the field position game. Let your defense work. You haven't really got a chance to see them. It's only a 1-touchdown game. Let's see what these boys can do.
That is Aiden Jones back to collect this punt for Collinsville. Stands at his own 25-yard line. The punt by Counton is a nice one. Keeps it up in the air for a while. Sends Jones all the way back to the 12. And he's trying to get around Sorensen, and he does. And then he is finally pushed out of bounds. And better watch out. No late hits over there. And around the 27-yard line is where Jones gets that ball back up to. So Mascoutah will start 1st and 10 from their own 27.
Yeah, that was a quality punt by the senior Chase Counton. Really got a good foot on that ball. Our contained guys held up, and we've got good field position. Now, there is a flag on the play, it looks like.
Yeah, there is.
Blocking the back.
Going to go against Mascoutah, so we'll take some of that yardage away from Aiden Jones. And Mascoutah will start a little deeper. Comes with 6:48 left to play here in this opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of Mascoutah. Hope everybody's liking the new huddle camera here. I'm kind of liking that.
Do you have any update on Nick Becker?
No.
In the game?
He played last week.
Yeah, he was having some trouble earlier this week. Quality player for Collinsville. Somebody to keep our eye on here.
All right, 1st down and 10 for Mascoutah from their own 13-yard line. Hansen and movement up front again. It was a very clean played game last week in Triad. Not a lot of penalties. I don't think we had a penalty through the first quarter. And Collinsville will give 5 of that right back to Mascoutah, and they'll make Mascoutah face a 1st down and 5 instead of a 1st and 10. Hansen in shotgun. Low snap it. He hands the ball off to Brown, and Brown comes up the left side and has all kinds of yardage to work with and moves those chains.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just spotted Nick Becker on the sidelines without pads on. That's one of our inside linebackers. I guess he's on the IR this week.
That actually was a run by Chase Hansen. As Hansen Lines up in shotgun once again, and again he has Brown off to his left. Two wide receivers close together over here, two more spread out up top, and Hansen's going to keep the ball again, and he's going to get trapped in the backfield, and that was Seth Sorensen who got the initial contact right around the ankles, and that slowed up Hansen enough for Chris Garcia-Cloud to come in and finish it up.
Yes, sir. Chase Counting, number 20. The outside linebacker was in on the action as well. It's a great stop by the Collinsville Kahawk defense.
Coming up on 6 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of Mascoutah. 1st and 10 from their own 36. Hansen takes the ball on a weird-looking snap and throws it up for grabs and went through a few sets of hands before it finally came down. Man, that was almost anyone's ball.
That was one of the strangest things I've ever seen. They hiked the ball. All the boys were standing around. Nobody thought it was a live play. And then all of a sudden they all kind of were like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
At any rate, they're calling it a down, an incomplete pass. We got 3rd and 10 Mascoutah. Come on, Collinsville.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, 3rd down and long here for Mascoutah. 3 wide receivers on the far side. That's the side that Hansen rolls to. He throws down the middle, and he has a man open. And once again, Chase McDaniel is off to the races, and he's going to go down to the 5-yard line on a touchdown saving tackle over there by Jerry Richardson.
Yeah, thank goodness Jerry Richardson might be the fastest kid in Southern Illinois because he closed some serious ground on that play. Mascoutah's going to go no huddle. They're going to rush it. Take it away, Todd.
Yeah, that's going to be that's a large run there, man, from the 36-yard line all the way down to your opponent's 6. Handoff goes to Brown up the middle, and he gets stopped at around the 2-yard line.
Mascoutah's going no huddle again. This is Patriot-style offense.
That was almost a 60-yard run there by McDaniel. Here's a pass into the corner of the end zone, and nice coverage over there in the corner by Kyle Kershaw.
Yeah, unfortunately on that big play, Stephen Green was in coverage. He was right there. It looked like he got tripped up and just fell. And that's when the Mascoutah receiver caught the ball and went for 65 or whatever it was.
It was close. So a couple of big plays here early on. One fumble by Collinsville and that big 65-yard catch and run by McDaniel. Here's another snap, and this one Hansen's going to keep. He zigs, he zags, and he's in the end zone. And Mascoutah has added on to their lead right now, 13-0, pending the extra point here by Aiden Jones.
Chase Counting and a Mascoutah offensive player had a little extracurriculars going on over on the other side of the field. Looked like a wrestling match over there.
2-yard run by Hansen. And Mascoutah piles on. Last week they scored all 35 of their points in the first half against Highland, got shut out in the second half. So Highland made some adjustments, figured things out, and scored some 20 points of their own.
I'm sure the guys that are on the sidelines right now were playing in the second half as well.
That one was almost just it is no good. I thought it was a little short. Might have got blocked up front. It was a high snap, and the placement was on time, but I think they might have rushed that a little bit, and that ends up no point. So maybe, just maybe, that can come back and haunt Mascoutah here a little bit later. 5:06 left on the clock. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. 13-0 in favor of Mascoutah. And a short kickoff once again. Now my video's freezing up. So I don't know now if I'm going to be on time with my microphone or not. So Collinsville will have the ball Not too bad a field position. Looks like they're going to place it down right around the 35-yard line. As soon as they find the ball they want to use.
Collinsville's defense showed some promise on that last drive, and I know they gave up a touchdown, but there were some real bright spots with the line, with the linebackers. We had some nice coverage. So if we can just put some points on the board here possibly, we might be able to make this a ball game.
Kahok's come away from the sideline with about 15 seconds left on the play clock. It's now under 10. Colby Anderson hands the ball off and does so to Seth Sorensen. This time Sorensen's got some room up the near sideline and gets taken out of bounds right in front of his friends wearing the purple and the white. And the Kahawks are into Mascoutah territory for the first time tonight.
Great run by Seth Sorensen. It looks like Collinsville is going to be tending to run to that right side of their line. I think they're stacked it up over there. Hopefully the left side can hold up. And again, we've got 4:45 left in the first period. Collinsville probably going to keep it on the ground. Let's see what our line can do here.
Seth Sorensen, 5'9", 186-pound sophomore, getting all kinds of running opportunities. Now Colby Anderson comes across the line of scrimmage, and boy, he could have kept on running, but he got tripped up and fell down after he gained about 5 yards.
Oh, he was rolling with a head of steam. He just slapped his hands together like, gosh, dog it, I got tripped up. But again, a lot of bright spots for Collinsville Kahawk football. Everybody stay tuned in. I think we're going to make this a great ball game.
Well, let's hope so. We're still early on, though. Still 4 minutes left and some change here in this first quarter. So we've got the whole rest of the evening to figure things out, make adjustments as we go along, and do some good things. Here is the handoff. It goes to Sorensen. Boy, he carries that ball out there on his right hand, man. That's dangerous. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard. Last week, Jaden Neighbors saw most of the carries, 16 of them. And so far he has not carried the ball once, has Neighbors. And Seth Sorensen has been inserted as the new running back here in this game.
Certainly a different look. Looks like there might be some holding.
Personal foul. No.
He just gave an offsetting, and then he said against Collinsville.
He was doing so many hand signals, I was expecting a plane to land.
This might be the referee's first game, Todd.
It might be. I don't know.
So far we had a false start against the defense.
That's rough. Whatever happened, it turned into a 15-yard loss there for Collinsville. And now they're back in their own territory on their own 43-yard line instead of on the opponent's 41.
You would think once they get it straight, they would go ahead and make the correct call, right?
Yeah.
So we know what's happening, but, who knows?
15-yard penalty. Jackson Lee lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Anderson takes a snap. He's going to run with it. Up the middle he goes, and he'll pick up a couple of yards before he's brought down at around the 47-yard line, so a gain of about 4 on the play.
Here comes senior Chase Counton, number 20. See what his foot can do. He had a great punt on our last possession. Hopefully we can pin Mascoutah deep in their own territory and let our defense work.
Yeah, he has a little bit of wind behind him, does Counton. Maybe that aided the last time, so let's do that again. Jones back deep at about his own 21-yard line. Here's the snap. Counton. His kick gets blocked, and Counton is going to go jump on it himself. And once again, Mascoutah is going to have starting field position in Collinsville territory.
And Collinsville had that well blocked. He just let one defender through, and he happened to be right where Chase kicked the ball. And Collinsville's going to have their work cut out for them on defense here.
Well, excuse me. They are going to earn their living here tonight on the defensive side of things, I believe. They're going to get their work in, that's for sure. Especially if things keep on going like this, but hopefully the worm will turn here in a little bit.
Collinsville sideline just got an earful from head coach Beavis.
Hanson goes back to pass under pressure. Let's go with the ball, and just at the last moment up there, our defender turned around and knocked that one away. Kyle Kershaw once again, because Jones turned around. He was waiting for the ball to get there before Kershaw even turned.
Flag on the far side of the field. Don't know if we have some holding coming off the line of scrimmage.
Offside against Mascoutah.
How's that work? They're on offense.
I don't know. I'm looking at the hand signals and looking where he's pointing, man. So this guy is he's given false starts against the defense. He's given offsides against the defense. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe it is his first day.
I mean, God love him, but
yeah,
his buddies need to help him out.
Yeah. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go. It's going to stay with Hanson, and Hanson's got a lot of room right up the middle. There's a flag on the play. It came in during the middle of that run that right now is going to be a 38-yard touchdown run by Chase Hanson, pending the flag. It was back in Collinsville secondary, so probably not good for us.
Maybe, maybe not. Hopefully they block in the back against one of our safeties.
Of course, I don't know which team he's going to point to anyway.
Pray for a block in the back against our safety.
Could be. Holding.
A hold.
Against Mascoutah.
How does the back judge call a holding penalty?
I don't know, but I'm going to take it.
This is incredible. I love it.
And I'm glad that he pointed the right way.
Spring football.
I
right?
know, yeah.
Right. What are you going to do?
I'm glad he pointed the right way. So that helps Collinsville out because that takes a touchdown off the board. That would have been a 38-yard run. Instead, it's a penalty. And it's going to bring up first down and about 19 to go for a first down.
And it looks like number 57, Lathan Tate's getting good penetration. We just need him to break down and not let the
There's flags all over the place in this game. After a nice, clean game last week, we've had laundry everywhere. And another up.
this time it's offsides against the defense.
Yeah, it is.
They should have called false start against the defense.
Yeah, should have. They just would have went along with the game plan, right? Crazy. All right. 1st and 16 now. Something like that. Hanson claps his hands for the snap, rolls out to his left, looks, throws down the sideline, has a man wide open, but thankfully for the Collinsville fans, that man missed the ball, and that was Christian Harms.
Yeah, he got crossed up. Jerry Richardson was in coverage. I'd like to think if he did catch the ball, Jerry would have made a good play on the ball. Another flag on the play, Todd.
Yeah, that's the theme of the night. Looks like it's going to go against Mascoutah again, and another holding call. That's about 3 holding calls on this drive.
Somebody needs to reset the timer on these lights. We're going to be here a while, man.
I know, huh? All right, Hanson in shotgun once again. This time he has got Kevin Brown off to his right, and the handoff goes to up the middle with the quarterback keeper and maybe about 5 yards on the play. That's going to bring up second down and about 2 blocks to go for a first down.
Like number 10, Damian Swaggart.
That's Damian.
Is he related to Trey?
Yes, he is.
How about that? He closed the gap nicely and blew that play up. Great play by number 10, the inside linebacker.
Yeah, Damian's in my class at school. Him and his brother are 2 funny individuals, let me tell you.
Hey, big shout out to Trey Swagger. He's one of the few kids that actually texts me personally on my birthday to say happy birthday.
There you go, and a catch by Aiden Jones, and Jones is going to get up to around the 30-yard line, so a large completion there for Mascoutah. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5 to go.
Yeah, Jones is slow to get up.
Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Indians.
Jones comes limping off the field. Hope he'll
Hopefully
be all right.
he's okay, right? Yeah. And, you know, Collinsville's defense can be clued in on the fact that every single pass has been targeted at Jones, right? Maybe we can throw some double coverage at him and make some adjustments.
All except for the touchdown that Chase McDaniel caught.
Oh, that is true.
13-0. Mascoutah has the lead and the ball. A little dump-off pass. That's going to be good enough for a first down. Even though Brown was double-teamed there, he still managed to get that ball and got just enough for a first down. Needed 5, got about 7.
Yeah, he was right there. Nice play. He knew he was going to get hit. Sure-handed catch. And brings up 1st and 10 for Mascoutah.
Hanson again in shotgun. Going to go back to pass. Looks to his left, throws to his left, and has a man. And again, just out of the outstretched hands of Christian Harms. That's the second ball targeted at Harms, close to the end zone, and the second time he just couldn't grab it.
Yeah, Damian Swaggart's getting an earful. The one thing you don't do is let a receiver get behind you. That's exactly what happened. Collinsville had a fortunate turn of events. See if they can make a big stop here in the red zone against Mascoutah.
2nd down and 10 for the Indians from the Collinsville 22. Here's the snap, and Hanson's going to keep it once again. Hurdles over one would-be tackler and gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. That's going to put him about 2 yards short of where he needs to be for a first down. We're under 1 minute to go here in this first quarter. Mascoutah 13 points unanswered by Collinsville. Collinsville has had a rough go here so far. Fumble recovered that turned into a touchdown 2 plays later, and a almost like an onside kick that they recovered, but that one didn't turn into points. So the Kahawks have been taking their licks here early on. Hopefully we can get it figured out. Here's a snap to Hansen. Looks to his left again. Throws in the back of the end zone, and again, that was intended for Harms, but this time Harms didn't have a chance to catch that one.
Yeah, incomplete pass stops the clock. I didn't say that'll probably be the last play of the quarter, but they're going to have one more shot at it. Heck, if I'm Mascoutah, I'd probably kick it with the leg on that kid.
Well, he just went off limping, so yeah, he's coming out, but I don't think he's going to be kicking. I think he's going out as a wide receiver.
Play clock's at 20.
Coach Joshua Lee giving some last-minute instructions to Aiden Jones. 3 wide receivers sit on the far side, 1 on the near, and the snap, and looking over to the right side, and over the throw, over the head of Aiden Jones, and Collinsville will take over.
Well, nice defensive stand by Collinsville. You know, at this point, any stop you get against Mascoutah is a small victory. And we've shown that we can move the football. So we'll probably see one play left here in the first quarter. Then we'll take a break and come the other way.
Let's just make it a positive play. We need to pick up some yardage, move the ball, and come back and switch into the field and try it from the other side. And they call the play on the sideline, and then all the players come off at once, and they have about 10 seconds left on the play clock before they run out of time here. Now down to 5. Anderson in shotgun, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Jaden Neighbors, I believe, his first carry of this contest, and he tries right up the middle, and he's not going to have much luck there. He picks up maybe a yard.
Yeah, not much doing there for the Collinsville offense. I think they're going to let the clock go ahead and run out. We will kind of reconvene.
Sorry, that was Jerry Richardson, not Jaden Neighbors. So that is the end of 1 quarter of play. We will take a timeout, come back. Quarter number 2 will be coming your way in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you on this Friday evening. Beautiful night, a little chilly. Not too bad if you're a player, though, I would imagine. So they're probably enjoying the little crisp weather. Temperature was supposed to be around 58 degrees at kickoff and in the lower 50s by the time we get out of here. So hope everybody's enjoying the cool weather. It's supposed to be beautiful tomorrow, sunny and about 75 degrees. So looking forward to that. All right, brand new quarter. We switch into the field. It is a run to the middle again by Collinsville on 2nd down and 9, and they'll pick up probably another yard or 2 and maybe a little bit more. Looks like they'll give them about 4 on the play, so we'll call it 3rd down and 5 from the 15-yard line.
Is that a quarterback keeper?
Or the 20-yard line, excuse me. Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, Colby Anderson, he had a full head of steam. He had a full head of steam coming down north to south, so nice pickup by the Collinsville offense.
Jackson Lee comes out here as a wide receiver on the near side. In shotgun, Anderson once again. He'll take the snap and he'll hand the ball off, and up the middle it goes, and not very far for Travion Swagger. You're going to come in and use the wide receiver as a little bit of a running decoy, and unfortunately, he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Yeah, he tried to bounce it outside. Again, Mascoutah's linebacker core is showing some real speed. Not super sizable, but they are covering some ground out there.
So Chase Counton on to punt for the third time here. One a good punt. The other one got blocked, and luckily that didn't turn into points either. As Counton will be punting from deep in his own territory. Jones back at midfield, moving on the play, and it's going to be a false start maybe.
Could result in a 4th and 1 if they'll call encroachment or offsides.
Well, Mascoutah was pointing at Collinsville. Collinsville was pointing at Mascoutah. And it's going to be offside against Mascoutah. So that will bring up a 4th down and 1. We'll see if Coach Beavis wants to do anything different. And it looks like Colby Anderson is going to run back out there.
Yeah, at this point in the juncture, I mean, you're 4th and 18 inches or whatever. Like, let's let it happen, right?
So just like that, Coach Beavis tells the play to Anderson. Anderson runs it out to the huddle. Not much player changes going on there. So most of the guys that were out there for the punt staying out there. Trevion Swaggart lines up as a tight end over there on the far side. And it's going to be a keeper by Anderson, and Anderson's going to get close to where he needs to go. It looks like he might have got enough for a first down.
He got it. Great play call by Coach Joe Beavis. Mascoutah ran all their linebackers right in the 2 and 4 gaps. And Colby Anderson bounces it outside the tackle. Tackle holds. First down, Kahawks.
Good job by the Kahawks moving the chains. Now we need to keep on moving them. Still got a long way to go. About 72 yards to strike pay dirt for the first time this season. So 5 quarters in the books for Collinsville this year and no scoring thus far. 10 minutes left to go here in the second. Handoff is going to go to Richardson. Richardson gets it up to about the 30-yard line, so a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Collinsville's doing a good job getting through the first level of defenders. Second level is holding strong for Mascoutah. If we can get by that second level, bounce 1 or 2 plays, all of a sudden we got a ball game.
Called a gain of 2 on the play instead of 3, so 2nd down and 8 after they spot the ball right on the 29-yard line of Collinsville. So still a long way to go. Plenty of time left. Swaggart lines up as a tight end on this side now. Wide receiver up at the top of your screen. And the handoff, the snap goes to Anderson. He keeps it, and he got a couple of good blocks there. Got some good extra push at the end, but what got that thing started was a nice block by Austin Stewart right off the bat.
Austin Stewart, a big, strong junior out of Collinsville. The umpire missed that. Colby's laying on the ground, and one of the Mascoutah defenders put 2 hands on his helmet and shoved it into the ground. Unbelievable, right?
Wow.
You hate to see those things, but Collinsville's moving the football, and we have been moving it.
Right.
These penalties have killed us. If
Yeah.
we can, keep the flags in the pocket, I think you're going to see Collinsville have some success.
Fresh set of downs here for Collinsville. 1st and 10 from their own 38. Anderson in shotgun once again. Takes the snap, rolls out and runs to his left-hand side, going up the same tackling lane that he had before. There was a little face mask there that the referees missed too, as Terrence Smith got his grill yanked.
Yeah, one thing about Mascoutah, they play aggressive football, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you definitely want to pay attention to player safety. Collinsville is going to have 2nd, and looks like a long 8 from their own 38.5, 39.
Yeah, somewhere around there. 8:20 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville trailing 13-0. Holding their own, though, after a couple of mistakes have cost them some points, but they're trying to battle back in here. Jackson Lee at the top of your screen. Handoff is going to go to the right-hand side, and it's Jerry Richardson. Richardson gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then a little extra effort will let him pick up about 1.5 yards on that carry.
Yeah, same deal there. Collinsville's line is doing a good job of creating holes, but we're just not getting any secondary blocks on the second level. Maybe we can start pulling a guard, running a lead back, something like that, but we're going to have to do something to deal with Mascoutah's linebackers.
3rd down and 6 now for the Kahawks from their own 41-yard line. Remember, this drive is kept alive. They were getting ready to punt the ball, but Mascoutah was off sides, and that gave Collinsville a 4th and 1, and Kahawks picked it up, and we continued the drive.
Yeah, big 3rd down here for Collinsville. Wouldn't be surprised if we maybe fake a run, pull it, and try to put the ball in the air.
Jerry Richardson switched from the left shoulder to the right shoulder of Anderson. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go right over the right-hand side, still on his feet. Nice job by Stevie Green, still on his feet, into Indian territory.
Great play call again by Joe Beavis, the unsuspecting Stephen Green. He may be one of the best athletes on the field. He broke about 3 tackles there. First down, Collinsville.
Sure has. Into Indian territory at the Mascoutah 45-yard line. As Anderson over to talk things over with head coach Joe Beavis. Looked like Jackson Lee was ready to run up there and join things as well, and he's like, wait a minute, man, we already got our guys out there.
Jackson Lee's always ready.
He is, man. He's hopping.
That's one thing I like about Jackson. He's always ready.
Kahawks have a wide receiver on the near side. Once again, Anderson is in shotgun. I believe he has Richardson, and he's going to follow Richardson over there on that right side, and Anderson gets a couple of yards over right tackle, and Collinsville continues to move the ball in little chunks.
Anxious to see where this spot lies. Yeah, pretty good spot. I just saw the referee that was getting the ball was about 1.5 yards behind where forward progress was, but it looks like they did a pretty good job.
13-0 in favor of Mascoutah as we approach 6:40 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville is moving the ball. They have it on the Indians' 42. Again, Anderson has Richardson to his right, and the handoff is going to go to Richardson up the middle, left-hand side. He's got some room. He's got another first down to the Indians' 30-yard line.
Now that's what I'm talking about. We've penetrated the second level of defense for Mascoutah, and you get Jerry Richardson out in space, and he's going to make some plays for you. What a big development for Kahok football here at the end of this mid-second quarter.
Now, this is when Collinsville got into trouble last week against Triad. You get down to around the 30-yard line of your opponent, and then Collinsville was kind of stuck in quicksand there last week against Triad. So hopefully they can break that trend here this week. We will find out. Trent Mode lines up as a wide receiver here on the near side. And this time, Jerry Richardson stands off to the left of Anderson. They're going to throw for Mode. Mode going down the line, and no, not going to make it.
Passing complete.
Well, that's the one thing that I noticed that this camera doesn't do. It doesn't follow the wide receiver all the way down the field. It stays where all the group is.
Interesting play call. I like going for a shot. You had single coverage. Why not let it fly, right? Just didn't work out.
I think they need to put some kind of a computer chip in the football so the camera follows the football instead of following the people. Yeah. All right, here we go with a 2nd down and 10 for Collinsville after an incomplete pass. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Richardson. Tries left tackle again.
He goes, come on,
he
Jerry.
has more room. He cuts out to his left. He's going to the corner. Touchdown, Collinsville.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. You get Jerry Richardson past that second level of defense, and he will bust wide open and make a play, and he did that for Collinsville here to bring them within 7 points. And now that missed field goal comes in big for Mascoutah if we can make good on this 2-point conversion.
Nice run. Jerry Richardson, a 31-yard run. And Collinsville has their first score of this 2021 season. And the extra point would be nice, but of course we're going to go for 2. As the handoff is going to go back to Richardson, but he's going to get smacked at the line of scrimmage this time or even before he got there. So no good on the 2-point conversion, but Collinsville on the board for the first time this year. 13-6 in favor of Mascoutah. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back at Kahawk Stadium once again, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. Kahawks get their first touchdown of the year by Jerry Richardson, a 31-yard run. That makes it 13-6 after the missed 2-point conversion. And Mascoutah about ready to get the ball back here. And our first day using the huddle camera, and now we're going in and out. So I don't know. It wants to do what it wants to do sometimes.
It's like old school radio, Todd.
It
They
is.
can just listen
it's a
to
blackout.
Us. That's right. They can listen to us. And my grandparents used to listen to the Grand Ole Opry on the radio. It used to be weird to me.
Yeah.
But that's the way it was.
Yeah, that's the way it was, and I kind of missed those days, to tell you the truth. Not that I was back those days. I'm talking about listening to games on the radio. I mean, before baseball was on TV every day, you would have a game on Channel 11 maybe once a month. Maybe you'd get the baseball game of the week on Channel 5 once a month, and you would get really lucky if it happened to be your team.
Jack Buck on KMOX, though. Every game. It was great.
Plenty of time laying in my backyard using my baseball glove as a pillow, listening to Jack and Mike bring me a game. Kickoff is going to be caught at the 25-yard line and ran over to the right side by Ryan Jackson for Mascoutah. And Jackson still on his feet and all the way to midfield. And Mascoutah is going to have excellent starting field position with 5:36 left to play here in this second quarter.
Yeah, Collinsville's first level of outside contained broke down. Jackson must have run 40 yards across the field, turned it up. Stephen Green was hustling and really saved a touchdown on that return.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times here in this game, has Green. So right around midfield is where Mascoutah is going to start. They're actually going to start in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 48. So 13-6 in favor of Mascoutah. Hanson back to pass on first down. Running into trouble. He throws it down the field and right past Chase McDaniel, the intended receiver, just as one of the Kahawks was closing in on Hanson.
Yeah, credit the Kahawk defensive backfield on that. There was nowhere for the quarterback to throw the ball. Collinsville's line couldn't get any penetration, so it seemed like he had all day, but ultimately there was nothing doing. Great job, Collinsville defense.
Second down and 10 for Mascoutah. How did they gain a ground?
They gained a yard.
They gained a yard when they had an incomplete pass. I don't get that. Here's a keeper by Hanson. Up the middle he goes, and he'll get across the line of scrimmage after, he only needed 9 yards instead of 10. So that'll bring up about a third down and 2 to go here for Mascoutah.
So we had 1st and 10, incomplete pass, and then 2nd and 9?
I don't understand. This officiating crew, I think they got out of a box of Cracker Jacks.
Well, I hope they, all you can do is laugh. We're all human, right? But
yeah.
You got to find humor. It's laugh or cry.
It
you might
is.
as well laugh, right?
It is. I was wrong on the down. It's now, I was right on the down. It's 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 2. And in shotgun, the keeper by Hanson once again, and he has enough for a first down by about a yard.
Yeah, number 6, Trent Mode, went on the blitz, and he just guessed the wrong gosh darn side. But he tried to bust the play up, and honestly, if it wasn't for him, it probably would have been a bigger play. So a great penetration by number 6, Trent Mode.
4:43 left to play here in the second quarter. The band's here, by the way, so we'll see them at halftime.
Yes, Mr. Bobby Wright does a great job with the Kahok marching band.
All right, 1st and 10 for Mascoutah at the Collinsville 37. Flag on the play. This play is going to come back. And looks like we're going to have probably a false start. A little movement up front by Mascoutah.
I was afraid the referees forgot that they had flags in their pockets. They stopped using them for a while.
I was kind of enjoying that.
Me too, trust me.
So back the Indians up 5 yards.
Yeah, stops the clock. 4:29 left. Plenty of time. However, you'd almost like to see Collinsville just stop, a couple 2-3 yard runs, maybe get to the end of this half only down a touchdown.
So 1st and 15 now for Mascoutah, and the throw will go out in the middle, and it is caught after a bobble by Aiden Jones. He bobbled at the 30. He brought it back in and made his way down to the 25. That's a first down.
Well, we mentioned
got a flag.
We mentioned his athleticism, and actually number 21, Kyle Kershaw, had tight coverage.
An eligible man downfield coming back. We've already had a touchdown called back on a penalty, remember?
You hate that for Aiden Jones. I mean, I know I'm a Kahawk fan, but what an incredible athletic play.
That sure was.
And one of his linemen was too far downfield and erases it. But like I said, I'll take it.
Yeah. Collinsville dodges another bullet. 4:12. Stoppage of play on the penalty.
Pay attention to the near side. Aiden Jones out wide against Kershaw.
There is a handoff and right at the line of scrimmage and a fumble. Fumble by Mascoutah, and Collinsville is going to get the ball.
Number 10, Jerry Richardson makes a huge hit, forces the
Damian
fumble.
Swaggart.
Oh, that was.
Damian Swaggart gets a fumble. He slammed the running back and picks up the fumble. Great job, Damian Swaggart.
You're exactly right. I got so excited I read the wrong line. But that was a huge hit. I mean, we used to talk about big hits of the week. That was it.
Man, I wouldn't think that was a good idea. It was Nick Becker, who is in street clothes, just gave old Damian Swaggart a head bump with his helmet on, and he didn't have one on. So let's not add a concussion to whatever's going on with him.
Mr. Nick, why am I not surprised?
I know.
He's a hard-nosed kid. That's why I was looking for him out on the field tonight.
All right, in Mascoutah territory, Collinsville hands the ball up, and it's a carry by Green, and Green gets across the 45-yard line. They're going to actually marking down right there, so a pick up a 3 on the play.
You just feel an energy shift all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Collinsville's excited. They're jumping around. Wouldn't it be nice to close out this half with a score? Looks like Travion Swaggart, number 2, is in the game on the offense.
He's going to come out as a wide receiver here on the near side. He's been in a couple of times acting as a tight end. Ran the ball once. One lone setback, and here is Richardson. He takes it up the middle, and he's going to get a push, and then he gets pushed back, but forward momentum will get him to about the 42-yard line of Mascoutah, which will bring up a 3rd down and about 5 to go here for Collinsville.
Yeah, if I'm Collinsville, I use every bit of this play clock right now. 30 seconds on the play clock, 3 minutes left in the half. If I'm Kobe Anderson, I'm going to use every bit of this.
Trent Mode lines up as a wide receiver on the near side this time. Anderson will take the snap, and he'll run with it. Dodges by 1 and then gets tripped up before he could get up to the 40-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3 to go here for Collinsville. Go for it, the fans say.
Yeah, I mean, I like that a little better if we would have used more of the play clock. We hiked the ball with 15 seconds left. Every second counts. So you're either trying to go for it and get the ball back, or you're trying to run the clock.
Each team has all 3 of their timeouts left. Collinsville's going for it here on 4th down and about 4 to go from the opponent's 42-yard line. Anderson in shotgun, now an empty backfield as Richardson goes into motion, and it looks like they may have tried to get Mascoutah to jump off sides. 5 seconds left, and now we're going to call a timeout. Kahawks will use their first timeout. We'll take a timeout right along with them, and we are back in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Back here at Kahawk Stadium, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in this first half. 13-6 in favor of Mascoutah over Collinsville, but the Kahawks are on the move, or trying to be anyway. And after the timeout, looks like we're still going to trot the offense out on the field. So it'll be 4th down and about 4. Ball resting on the Mascoutah 42-yard line. Wide receiver is Trey Swaggart. Anderson in shotgun, hands the ball off to Richardson. He dives, and is he going to get there? He's going to be real close.
No. They're going to mark him a yard short.
Yeah, going to be about a half a yard short, actually.
Yeah.
And the referee says give the ball back to Mascoutah. So 1st down, Mascoutah. Nice try there by Collinsville, but just came up a half a yard short.
Mascoutah takes over on downs.
So Mascoutah, they have all 3 of their timeouts left. 2:05 left on the clock, so they've got time and timeouts. And we'll see how they want to play it.
What a big defensive series for Collinsville. You know, we talked about at the beginning of the game, it looked like it might get out of hand, and we've successfully kept that from happening. We've got a football game, but we really need to go in either by forcing a turnover or just not allowing a big play.
So Hansen back at quarterback for Mascoutah. 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near. Hansen takes the snap, but there's a flag on the play. As spinning away from a few people was Kevin Brown, but I have a feeling this one's coming back.
Should be a false start.
Yeah.
Side judge called that pretty quickly.
Very quickly. I'm surprised he didn't blow the whistle to stop the play. And it is a false start. So tack on 5 yards for Mascoutah, and it'll bring up a 1st and 15 for the Indians.
Interesting that Mascoutah is still spreading the field out. You know, they've got 2 minutes. I wouldn't think they would want to risk a turnover this late in the half, but they certainly are spreading the entire field out. We'll see if it's a decoy and run or if they're going to put the ball in the air.
Again, same formation, 2 receivers up top, and now they're going to go to a passing. And they tripped up in the backfield, and another big play by Damian Swaggart with a big quarterback sack past the 30-yard line. Collinsville's defense playing tough tonight.
Yeah, great play by Mr. Swaggart. I'm surprised that Mascoutah's not calling a timeout here.
They might be just content to take this 13-6 lead to the locker rooms. And Mascoutah will get the ball first to start the second half. Collinsville got it to start off with, and first play from scrimmage was a fumble. 2 plays later, Mascoutah takes it in for a touchdown. That's how we got started. Mascoutah added another touchdown and a missed extra point to give them a 13-0 lead before the previous 31-yard run by Mr. Richardson. Snap, Hansen going back to pass again, throws it down the right side. Flag comes on the play and an overthrow of his intended target, Chase McDaniel, and we'll see what the flag's all about. Flag came in the backfield.
Offensive or defensive? I didn't see it.
Here comes the call by the man wearing the white cap. No penalty. There was a sideline warning. Trying to make sure that the Collinsville Kahawks stayed on the sideline and not out onto the playing field. So just an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up a second down.
Should be third down, shouldn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay.
There
Now he switches it over. Third down and about 20 to go for a first down here for Mascoutah. Boy, how about a nice turnover here?
I was going to say Collinsville could get the ball back.
Yeah. Here's a snap, man. It's going to be a keeper by Hansen. Hansen gets tackled again by Damian Swaggart, who's a one-man wrecking crew out there right now.
Yeah, number 20, Chase Counton, broke that play up, and then Mr. Swaggart came in and cleaned up the trash. Great defensive stand by the Collinsville, especially their interior linebacking core. Well done, gentlemen.
Collinsville not interested in stopping the clock to save some time for a little push themselves here before the end of the half, but now the clock is going to be stopped.
Looks like Mascoutah might have taken a timeout. Why?
I'm not sure if anyone took a timeout.
I don't think anybody knows what's happening, but the clock's not running. What is going on?
I don't know. Now the referee says start the clock. I think. Everybody, even the people.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Nobody knows what's going on. And,
There's
no
Jones. Timeout.
Jones is usually the punter, and it looks like Mascoutah's going to, they're going to call a timeout. Looks like they were going to go for it.
The referee just gave a motion like fight, like in a karate game.
All right.
Did you see that?
Mascoutah calls a timeout. We will step aside as well. We are back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Back at Kahawk Stadium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. 34.3 seconds left to play here in this first half, and it looks still as if Mascoutah's going to go for it on 4th and 17. They hand the ball off to Brown, and he'll make it back up to the original line of scrimmage, and then somebody needs to sign the referee up, man. He just threw that flag about 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, the back judge threw that flag in from the defensive backfield. Going to be a block in the back against Mascoutah.
So I would think that Collinsville would decline it, take the down, or can they? I guess they aren't, or they can't.
Yeah,
no,
he's trying.
Yeah, Counton's saying we want to decline it.
Come on.
Okay, so let's move the down marker back up. So they got to the original line of scrimmage, which would bring up a fourth down and about 10.
Collinsville's holding the right fist up in the air, signifying fourth down.
Fourth down and about 12 to go, it looks like, for a first down here.
Get some
Mascoutah.
energy out of this crowd on fourth down, right?
I'm telling you. So back to punt is Adrian Jones, and back to receive is Stephen Green. And now we're going to have a timeout called by Collinsville. Coach Beavis not happy about something.
I think we have a personnel issue.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. I count the right amount of people. So 25.1 seconds left to play on the clock now, and another timeout. And now the Kahawks are left with one, but again, 25.1 seconds left.
Looks like number 36, Austin Stewart, checks in.
So you think Mascoutah might try to do some trickery here and do a fake punt? 25.1 seconds left.
I mean, up
That'd be taking a chance.
13-6. Every time I think that something's not going to happen,
Right.
I remember it's spring football.
I know.
And it's crazy things happen, so who knows?
Especially in this game, crazy things happen by both teams and the refereeing crew.
Well, here's the deal. If we stop them, I put some of our athletes on the outside and run a couple fly patterns.
Sure.
What's it going to hurt?
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't stop the clock earlier when they were clock was still right around 45 seconds or so. All right, I think we have it all figured out now. And Jones again back to punt. Empty backfield for Collinsville. No one back to return the punt. Maybe they're expecting a fake punt as well. Here's a snap. Jones has to get a high snap. He sends it downfield. And again, no one back there to receive it. Ball is going to take a Mascoutah bounce, and it's going to roll and be down around the 20-yard line. And then the clock will stop with about 12 seconds left. So Collinsville will just be content to run the clock out here and go to the locker room.
For sure. And, I mean, I would be content as well, Down a touchdown after somewhat of a fiasco of the first few minutes puts Collinsville in good shape.
Yeah. Kahawks have made a game out of this after early struggles got them down 13-0 quick in the first quarter. But you know what? Kahawks have held with it. They've held tough, and they are in this game.
Defense has played excellent this quarter or this half.
Anderson will hand the ball off to Richardson. Richardson tries up the middle and doesn't get very far, and that will probably do it. No one will stop the clock as the seconds tick away, and that is the end of one half of play. After one half, Mascoutah leading your Collinsville Kahawks by a score of 13-6. We'll come back and give you some of the Collinsville Kahawk High School marching band here after a little bit of a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121, or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. We're going to switch cameras once again, and we are going to let you see the band members who are celebrating senior night as well, and then we'll let you listen to the band right after that part is over. So enjoy.
Jalen Cooper, escort, Dion Fletcher, and Martin Cooper. Jessica Deber, escort Jill and Chris Deber. Anna Fedorchak, escort Chrissy and Rick Fedorchak. Olivia Norton, escort Denise and Justin Norton. Logan O'Laughlin, escort Shelley O'Laughlin. Jacob Vossikill, escort Carrie and Steve Vossikill. Lorenzi Zappa, escort Leah Zappa and Roger Collins. Olivia Norton, Macy Gilliland, and Destiny Thomas will now lead the marching Kahawks as they perform I Love Rock and Roll by Joe Jett and the Blackhearts, Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas, Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, and Come Together by the Beatles.
ladies and gentlemen, your Collinsville Kahok High School Marching Band on senior night. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll give first half stats to you, as well as a look at some other scores around the area as well, and we'll do that here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Once again, we welcome you back to Kahawk Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke. We are at halftime. Our score here, 13-6 in favor of Mascoutah, and some other scores that we have to pass along to you. Of course, we are playing in this Mississippi Valley Bowl Series, and we are in Pool A with Triad, Mascoutah, and Highland. So we are here playing Mascoutah tonight, so that means Highland and Triad are playing each other. And at halftime, Triad is up 14-0 over the Highland Bulldogs, and Collinsville will be at Highland next week. Other scores we have to pass along to you. Bree Central and Columbia are tied 6-6. Greenville is up over Hillsboro by a score of 30-14. And right now, Redbud and Carlisle are tied 8-8. And thanks to our Kahawk buddy, Zach Roseman, for telling us all those scores from games that are going on elsewhere. Let's take a look at your first half stats for Mascoutah. We'll begin with Chase Hansen. The quarterback has thrown 13 passes for 56 yards and a touchdown. Kevin Brown, the running back, has ran the ball 4 times for -3 yards in this game. Plus he has the fumble that just happened right before the end of the half as well. Chase Hansen carried the ball 13 times for 56 yards and a touchdown. Through the air, he is 6 of 15 for 118 yards and a touchdown. And those receivers, Aiden Jones has caught 2 passes for 27 yards. Chase McDaniel, 3 passes for 84 yards, including a touchdown. And Kevin Brown caught 1 pass for 7 yards. And Mascoutah has been penalized, a number of times. 9 for 60 yards. For Collinsville, I saw you wrote that down there after about the last second. For Collinsville, on the ground, we have Jerry Richardson, who has ran the ball 8 times for 53 yards and a touchdown. He's also lost a fumble. Right behind him is Colby Anderson, who's ran the ball 9 times for 32 yards. Stephen Green II has ran the ball 3 times for 22 yards. Seth Sorensen has ran the ball 4 times for 12 yards. And One run for Trey Swaggart, and he didn't gain anything. Colby Anderson through the air, not much, 1 of 3 for 26 yards. And that catch was to Stephen Green for 26 yards. And Collinsville has been penalized 4 times for 30 yards. So that is a look at your first half stats. We bring Dr. Chris McCluskey back into the program now, and I want to see a little bit more what those K-Hawks were doing there in that second quarter.
Yeah, it was an entertaining half of football. You could tell both teams were trying to get their footing there in the first quarter. The official crew trying to do the same thing. But the bright spot in that first half was Collinsville's defense. Line held up. Linebacking core played really, really, really well. And if our defense can hold, I think you're going to see Collinsville's offense put some more points on the board here in the second half.
Yeah, the star of that second half defense right there at the end, I would think, is Damian Swaggart. Boy, he came in and he all of a sudden put it into another gear. In that second quarter there, he was all over the place.
Yeah, he had some energy. And, the thing about running the inside linebacker position is just reading the football field, and that takes time. These guys didn't have much practice. They didn't have many live reps. They've only played one game. So you're going to see them get better and better as each game goes on.
Let's take a little look at the history. I know I waited for you to do my history because, you like to hear that. Besides, I ran out of time. So anyway, these two teams actually have a history. Between 1996 and 2003, Collinsville and Mascoutah played in Week 2 every year against each other, and Collinsville has the better advantage of those meetings. Collinsville has won 5 and lost 2. They 1996 they lost 27-13. 97 they won on a forfeit. They won on 3 forfeits that year. Now 1997 I was living in Neosho, Missouri, so I wasn't up here. I have no idea why all these teams forfeited, but Collinsville won 3 forfeits that year. East St. Louis and East St. Louis Lincoln had 5 of those forfeits, or they had 5 forfeits on their teams. In Mascoutah, they had 3 forfeits that year. So really don't have any clue what happened in 1997. 1998, Collinsville won 40-24. That was the year they went 8-1 in the regular season and made the playoffs before they lost in the first round to East St. Louis by a score of 20-14. Collinsville lost in 1999, 15-12, but then they rattled off 4 straight years of wins through 2000, 2001, 2002, and 2003. In the 2000 season, a 38-13 win. 2001, 33-7, but that was the only win for Collinsville that year. They also won in 2002, 28-9, and a barn burner of a defensive game in 2003 when Collinsville won 13-10, and that was the only win in that year as well. So there is a little bit of history between these two teams, but it goes back only to 2003. So this is the first time since 2003 these two teams have faced each other.
All I heard was Neosho, Missouri.
Yeah.
That's the home of Sam Wimsett, one of my college fraternity brothers. You're the only other guy I've ever heard say the word Neosho, I think.
KBTN Neosho is the radio station I worked at. Yes, sir. I was there for about a year and a half before I moved on to my next job, which was in Farmington.
Ah, incredible.
Yeah. Farmington was fun, too. I went from before I got to Neosho, I was in Lake of the Ozarks working for a easy listening station. I was playing stuff like Frank Sinatra and mostly elevator music. So that was a little bit different for me. That was the only radio stop that I've ever had that I did not do sports.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Well, I was out of radio business for about 5 years at that point. I lived down in Florida and worked at TGI Fridays. And when I came back up here, I wanted to get back in radio, and I tried around here, but no takers. So Lake of the Ozark radio station called me up and said, come up here and be our program director. I said, I don't have any idea what a program director does. Come on, we'll teach you. So, yeah.
Todd says, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you do a great job here at khawksports.com. I know the entire community and area really appreciates all that you do. And not to mention you bring history lessons with you.
I do. I try to bring some history all over because I like history. All right, we are just about ready to go. And in case you missed the opening kickoff, that means that Mascoutah will get the ball first here in this second half. And set to kick things off here for Collinsville is young Mr. Andrew Chai. Plays for the soccer team, and they'll be in action here real soon. Lost their game last night and got rescheduled to next Saturday, so Tuesday. Actually, they're at Triad tomorrow, the soccer team is. So Andrew Chai coming out to kick things off.
Yeah,
and back deep for Mascoutah is Kevin Brown and Ryan Jackson.
Andrew Chai, little brother of Chris Chai, playing out at Mobap now, and they're having some success. I think they've had 4 or 5 games this spring season.
Shy kicks one high end over end, and to the 25-yard line it lands, and taking the ball is Aiden Jones, and out of bounds right at the end of the Collinsville bench there. They'll mark it down at the Kahok the Triad 38-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jackson Lee just saved the day there. Trey Swaggart was our contain man. He got sucked inside, and the Mascoutah return man had an edge, and Jackson Lee came and slammed the door on him in a hurry.
So Chase Hansen back out at quarterback for his Mascoutah Indians. He has Kevin Brown over his left-hand shoulder. We're just underway here in quarter number 3, 13-6. Mascoutah has the lead. A little sideline pass, and it's complete to Donovan Green, and Green will pick up about 5 yards, so he'll get about half of what he needed there for the first down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, they overloaded trips on the weak side of the field. Collinsville only had 2 defenders. So Mascoutah was smart. They threw it to the open man, and that was good for a short 5.
Thanks to Andrew Shaw, another score late, is Edwardsville leading Belleville East 28-3 in the third quarter. Well, Fallon got their program shut down. They're going to miss the next 2 football games because of COVID. Oh, that one was a nice little seam pass, and catching it right on the hash marks over there was Aiden Jones, and I tell you what, the secondary was about to close in on that. That was close to being intercepted.
They were. That was just an excellent pass by the Mascoutah quarterback. Great route by number 1 Aiden Jones out there. Look for him to be a common target.
Yeah, and the moves to chains too. Into Collinsville territory at the Kahok 47-yard line. Hansen takes the snap, and he's going to keep it after a fake handoff there to Kevin Brown, and forward Hansen goes for about 3 yards on the play, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and about 7.
Credit number 90, Chris Garcia. Cloud got penetration, actually chased the quarterback down from behind him, showing some speed out of the big defensive tackle.
Yeah, 6'2", 248 pounds of speed. And if you get that speed running into you, boy, I feel sorry for you.
That's why we're in the booth,
That's
Todd.
exactly why I'm in the booth. I would be cream of wheat on the field out there. To the 40-yard line goes Kevin Brown. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3 to go for a 1st down here for Mascoutah.
Yeah, interesting field position. Assuming Collinsville gets a stop, I'd be really anxious to see if Mascoutah goes ahead and goes for it on 4th down. How about a sack for a loss here, Todd, and make him punt it?
Yeah, we've had one of those. Damian Swaggart got a quarterback sack earlier. 2 wide receivers up top, 1 down below, and offset single I, and the running back Brown is going to get it, and he'll get the 1st down, and he'll be taken down at about the Kahok 36-yard line. They needed to get to the 37, so got an extra yard out of that, and a fresh set of downs for Mascoutah, as they've had no problem moving the ball here early in the 3rd.
Yeah, running a lot of off-tackle plays. Look for him eventually to run a little play action and look for Mr. Aiden Jones down the sideline.
Hansen in shotgun once again. This time he has Brown off to his left-hand shoulder, and a fake handoff to Brown, and Hansen keeps it and gets around a couple of tacklers and zigzags his way up to close to another 1st down. Going to be about about 2 yards to go on 2nd down.
Yeah, Hansen did a nice job of keeping his feet pumping. He broke several Kahok tackles, and looks like Mascoutah is just a few yards shy of Collinsville's red zone.
Looked like Hansen and Brown held onto the ball together there for a little while. Now they do give it to Brown. Brown's got some room, and Damian Swaggart comes up late and makes a tackle at the 25-yard line, or Brown would have been running for a lot longer.
Yeah, nice pursuit by Damian Swaggart, running east to west, which is exactly what an inside backer is supposed to do, and he really did save a big play there.
Fresh set of downs, however, for Mascoutah. They're moving the ball at will here on this first drive of the 2nd half. Hansen has Brown to his right, and Hansen's going to throw. That ball might have been partially tipped, but it makes it out to Aiden Jones, a missed tackle over there, and then finally taken out of bounds by Stevie Green before he could get any farther.
Yeah, he made a couple of good moves, but you're going to be hard-pressed to juke Stevie Green. I can promise you that, and he made a nice play to save the touchdown.
Moves the chains once again for Mascoutah, so they're steadily moving the chains here as we are just under 9 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. This time, Brown stands to the right of Hansen as both of them look to the sideline for a play, and now Brown will move over to the left-hand shoulder of the quarterback, Hansen. Here's the snap, and Hansen's going to keep it. He's going to go up the middle, and he is going to be untouched in for a touchdown.
Yeah, nice little fake off tackle because they've been running off tackle. All of our linebackers bit, and the quarterback, Hansen, rolls into the Collinsville end zone untouched to go up 19-6 with 8:54 to go in the third quarter.
12-yard touchdown run by Hansen. And looks like they are going to kick the extra point try instead of going for 2 to make up for the one they missed earlier. So out for another extra point try is Aiden Jones. Jones waits for the holder, his quarterback Chase Hansen. There's the snap, ball down, kick on the way, and that one hits the left up post, and that one's no good as well. So after making all 5 extra point kicks last week against Highland, Jones runs into a little trouble here and has missed his second kick of the night. So we'll take a break. We'll come back and bring you the ensuing kickoff to Collinsville in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food, all created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Trey Swaggart and Jerry Richardson back deep, awaiting the kickoff from Aiden Jones, and Jones still keeps it up front. Jackson Lee gets it, and Jackson Lee falls on it right at the 47-yard line, and we have flags on the play. They're going to make him do that one over, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's probably a false start on the kicking team.
They are, I think, are trying to send line drives right into this front line here, hoping for a bounce off of a body to try and cover up for yet another onside type of kick, but this one's going to back Mascoutah up. And they'll be kicking off from their 35-yard line instead of the 40. This time, Swaggart and Richardson come up to about the 25-yard line, but I don't think Jones or the head coach, Joshua Lee, have any intention on kicking it to the guys in the back. At least it seems that way.
We might want to tell our front line guys just get out of the way.
Yeah. So Jones ready to go again. And this time we'll put a little air underneath it, and it goes right to one of the up men, one of the bigger guys up front, and that's Cam Jansen, 6'2", 252 pounds of him.
Why did they blow the play dead when he caught the ball?
I don't know.
He didn't take a knee.
No, he did not.
He didn't get touched.
Nope.
Oh, he fair caught.
Oh, did he?
Okay,
I didn't see that.
Thank you.
Must have been one of those real quick ones. At any rate, Collinsville has some decent starting field position. They move it back to the 40. Well, it's pretty much where he caught it. And Collinsville, we'll see if they can answer the touchdown drive that Mascoutah put up on their first possession here in this third quarter. So Kobe Anderson back at quarterback. And a handoff is going to go right to Richardson, and Richardson's going to go down. Flag on the play. I believe Collinsville moved early.
Yeah, I think the center was late on the snap. Everybody was in motion. Oh.
Offsides. I like it when I'm wrong sometimes.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah.
I would much rather have a 1st and 5 than a 1st and 10. Maybe that'll give us a little spark, and we can march the ball south.
Well, it's a good thing that happened because that was going to be a 3-yard loss. Trey Swaggart lines up as a wide receiver on the far side, and Richardson stands to the left of Anderson. Here's the snap. Anderson gets the handoff again, tries up the middle, has some room, and takes some tacklers with him, and he has enough for a first down into Indian territory.
Yeah, Jerry Richardson comes right up the middle. We've got a Kahok down on the play.
Well, that's not good.
That might be.
Say, can't
see the number. 85, 95, do we have?
No. 58? Don't have a 50. Yeah, we do. Martin Ochoa. Yeah, he's a senior. Took part in the senior festivities here before the game. And everybody just kind of talking to him right now, trying to assess what the problem may be. Injury timeout on the field. We will step aside as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Back at Kahok Stadium, Ochoa gets up and walks off under his own power, so that was nice to see. And then Colby Anderson runs the ball up the middle and picks up about a yard, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 here for Collinsville as they have the ball on Mascoutah's 46-yard line.
Yeah, into the game comes number 6, Trent Mode. Gives Travion Swaggart a break. Here comes Collinsville, 2nd and 9.
Alton Marquette and Salem tied 14-14 right now. Anderson in shotgun once again. Takes the snap, hands the ball off to, this time it's going to go to Seth Sorensen, and Sorensen will get some positive yardage, but another flag on the play.
Late flag from the back judge, probably a face mask or a hold.
It's going to be a holding call against Collinsville. So that takes away any positive gain. Stops the clock with 7:48 to play here in the third.
Yeah, it turns 2nd and 9 into 2nd and 19 for the Kahok squad. Travion Swaggart back in the game for Trent Mode. Quarterback Colby Anderson's going to gather the troops and see if we can't make up some lost yardage from that last penalty.
Swaggart lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Richardson stands over the left shoulder of Anderson. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Going to go for Swaggart, but Swaggart never did make it all the way to where the ball was being thrown, and I think that Colby had to get rid of that one quick because barreling down on him was Kai Tooley.
Yeah, Colby threw that more like a post pattern. Travion was out on a go route, or what we used to call a fly pattern. A little miscommunication. Colby was rushed. At the end of the day, that'll bring up 3rd and 19 for Collinsville.
3rd and very long here for the Kahawks. Hoping to get a little traction after a good second quarter, but so far the first few plays, okay, got a first down, but kind of stuck in a quagmire here. Jackson Lee, the lone wide receiver at the top of your screen. Here's the snap, and a little bit of a end around is going to be into the hands of Seth Green, and Green gets a first down. Stevie Green all the way deep into Mascoutah territory, down to the Indians' 34-yard line.
Boy, that's the second time Stevie Green's come up big time in a big situation. You know, they say special players make special plays on special days. Stevie Green is showing what he's made of tonight.
A little half end around there because, you know, we don't have much on the wide receiver over here on the near sideline, so he kind of comes from the tight end spot.
Slot around,
yeah.
Maybe.
7 minutes left to go here in this third. Collinsville with a fresh set of downs and the ball on the Indians' 34-yard line. Handoff goes up the middle to Richardson, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage before he was pushed back. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play.
Yeah, Mascoutah sniffed that one out. They stacked the box big time. Be nice if we could recognize that, call an audible, and bounce it to the sidelines.
Don't see too many audibles called in high school football, do you?
Not anymore. Back where, Southern Illinois, we had that game going pretty strong. But up here, the offenses are so complex, you just don't see it that much.
Coming up on 6:20 to play. Second down and a long 9 to go for a first here for Collinsville. Swaggart, wide receiver, up top once again. Anderson's going to throw it that way, and he's got some air underneath it and almost intercepted in the end zone by Cedric Rhodes. And, boy, I tell you what, Colby Anderson's got an arm. He got that ball down there.
He did, but he needed to throw the ball to the sideline, which is where Trey was. He gets that ball to the sideline, it's a touchdown. He just threw it about 10 yards to the interior of the field, and unfortunately it was out of Trey Swaggart's reach.
So a 3rd down and 9 situation coming up here for Collinsville. Throwing the ball on 2nd down. And Anderson in shotgun. No wide receivers in this set. And the handoff is going to go to Sorensen. And he's got more room up the sideline. He gets pushed out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. That's actually Jerry Richardson.
Jerry Richardson.
Yeah.
You can tell by the speed. When he hits that 5th gear, he gone, baby. Again, you get Jerry Richardson through the 2nd level of defense, and he's hard to handle.
So it's going to be 1st and goal for Collinsville. They'll say he's pushed out of bounds at the 9. So the Kahawks sniffing some points here.
Well, now's when our interior line's got to really just decide that they're going to hold strong and inch the ball forward.
There's another handoff to Richardson. He gets popped right at the line of scrimmage, but keeps the legs moving and gets up to maybe the 7-yard line before he's finally brought down. Well, looks like they're going to mark him down at the 8, so a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Collinsville does, if they keep trying to cram the ball up the middle, or if they maybe pull the ball and run an option, or maybe some kind of a misdirection play to expose Mascoutah, who has the box is stacked right now for Mascoutah.
I was going to say the box is stacked. I think they need to do another little end around here with Mr. Green. Here's the snap, and that's exactly what they do. He's going to try the left-hand side. He's got some room. He cuts it, and he's going to reach, and is he in?
I saw the pylon go down.
I did too. They're going to mark him down at about the 1-yard line.
Oh, he was in a foot race with the Mascoutah defender. He must have been down before he hit the pylon. But great play call, Todd.
Thank you. I was thinking the same thing when you said they were stacking the box. I'm like, yeah.
They were all in there.
Yes. It's exactly what I said they should do, and what do you know? That doesn't happen to me very often, you know. I'm hardly ever right. Ask my wife. Or don't ask my wife. All right, 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line for Collinsville. Richardson, the lone setback to the right of Anderson this time. Anderson's going to keep it. He follows Richardson in for a touchdown, Collinsville.
Yep, they just called it. Touchdown, Collinsville. Quarterback keeper for Mr. Colby Anderson. Man, credit Stevie Green for that huge 3rd down play. I mean, it's a team effort, but the seniors showing leadership. Collinsville's right back in the game.
You ain't kidding.
12-19. And, the extra point game could come into play here.
Well, they're going to send Chris Chai out to try to kick the extra point now ever since
Andrew, his brother.
Or Andrew, little brother. They've, they only scored the 1 touchdown here earlier, and they went for a 2-point conversion, but this time we're going to try the old traditional extra point. And Andrew Chai, he will await the hold from Trent Mode, and we have a flag on the play. That one would have been short.
Looked like we had defensive encroachment. Looks like we're going to put the offense on the field and go for 2 possibly.
Well,
yes,
why
sir.
not?
Yes, sir.
Why not?
Well, we're down 7. You score 2 points here. You hold, and a touchdown puts you up by a point. Right? 14-19. Yeah.
Weren't they good at math, were you?
Touchdown would put you up by a point.
Math not your strong point there,
well,
Doc?
all these 2-point conversions and field goals, it's hard to keep it straight. It's unconventional football scoring.
All right, we're going to go for 2 now. Here is Anderson. He's going to follow Jerry Richardson, and just before he got there, he got slammed backwards, and the 2-point conversion is no good. So the score will remain 19-12 in favor of Mascoutah. We will take a break, and ensuing kickoff will be coming your way in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. 5:12 left to play here in this third quarter, and Collinsville comes down and matches the touchdown that Mascoutah put on the board on their opening drive of this third quarter, and we've got a good game here. 19-12, Indians with a 7-point lead.
Yeah, it was a nice offensive series from Collinsville. Had a couple big third down conversions and gave our defense a rest, too. You don't think about the importance of keeping the defense off the field.
Chris Chai sends one downfield, picked up at about the 23 by Jones. He heads east and west instead of going up north, and then he cuts it, and in midair, he gets slammed, and is the ball on the ground? Well, looks like maybe not.
I don't see any signal.
No.
Tell you what, though, he jumped up in the air.
Sure did.
Threw a flying Superman knee to whoever our defender was. Is it Jerry Richardson on the tackle?
Could have been. I was trying to see if there was a fumble. I wasn't paying attention to jersey numbers at that point. At any rate, Mascoutah has the ball 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Chase Hansen back at quarterback, and he will hand the ball off. And right up the middle, Kevin Brown goes, and Brown maybe got a yard.
Yeah, Collinsville's defensive interior holds strong.
Oh, actually, that was Ryan Jackson, sorry.
Number 57, Lathan Tate, busting that play up.
Ryan Jackson ran the ball one time for 6 yards last week, and I think this is the first time he's ran the ball here tonight. He's a pretty big kid, man. 5'10", 225-pound running back.
That's a spark plug there, buddy.
Hansen in shotgun again, and this time Hansen's going to keep it after the fake handoff to Jackson, and Hansen gets across the middle of the line, picks up a couple more yards. It's going to bring up a third down and about 6 or 7 here for Mascoutah.
Collinsville defense showing a lot of energy, a lot of pursuit. I mean, Jackson Lee comes from the cornerback position and was in on that tackle right at the interior.
Double wide receivers on either side of the formation here for Mascoutah. Anderson has rain. Oh, that was almost picked off. Oh, boy. Big play there by Austin Stewart, who read that perfectly.
Oh, man, he jumped that sucker and could have been a pick six, but at any rate, he broke that up. You'd think that Mascoutah's going to have to punt the ball.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to from here. They're on their own 38-yard line.
Great read by the junior Austin Stewart. Incredible play on third down, which effectively gives Collinsville the ball back.
Aiden Jones is going to go back to punt, and again, Collinsville not sending anybody back to collect the punt. Unless they're going to send Green back right when the ball is snapped, but it doesn't look like it. Well, it's going to go back into the backfield, and no one's going to touch it. That's a good punt.
Go to the end zone.
And it's going to keep on going. Rolling, keep on rolling. It's not going to have enough steam to get all the way down there, and all the way down to the 2-yard line is where Collinsville is going to start this drive from.
That's one of the best high school punts I've ever seen. Incredible. Incredible.
Well, you know, maybe if we had somebody back there to receive that punt, that wouldn't have happened, but I'm just saying.
I wasn't going to say it, Tom.
Yeah. I don't understand that, but I'm not the one down there calling the play, so we'll move on. Collinsville will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 2-yard line. Now we have referees want to, okay, I thought they were going to talk about something. Like, what do you have to talk about?
I would say keep feeding the beast. Run Richardson till he can't run anymore. But I don't think he's on the field. Oh, yes, he is. There he is.
Yeah, you don't want to do the end around with Green right now. He'll be running in the end zone. Here's a handoff. It goes to Richardson up the middle, and Richardson's going to get a little breathing room as he takes the pile with him and gets all the way out to around the 7 or 8 yard line before he's brought down.
Yeah, that gives you a little extra breathing room. I mean, shoot, that's actually a good first down play. Gives us a little room for the backfield to work.
Bring up a 2nd and 6. Look, again, about 4 on the play. So nice little run there. A little bit of room to work with. Swaggart lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. You still have Stevie Green over here as a tight end. And it's going to be a keeper by Anderson. He follows Green around that left side and gets up to about the 10-yard line. Close to it anyway. We're going to stop down at about the 9. Got to get to the 14 for a first down.
Yeah, big 3rd down and what's that, a long 4?
Yep.
For the Kahok football squad here with 2:36 left in the 3rd period, down by 7 points, 12-19.
Jackson Lee comes in and takes the place of Travion Swaggart. Lee brings the play with him, relays it to Anderson. Anderson in the huddle, gives it to his teammates. They break huddle with 2:20 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. Collinsville trailing by a touchdown, trying to get this first down and keep the chains moving. Here's the snap, and it's a handoff to Green, and Green, he's in trouble.
Yeah, tried to reverse course, and he was met by big number 17, Thomas Conroy, 6'3", 230. This gentleman packs a punch, and Stevie Green ran into a brick wall.
So 4th down, and that means that Chase Counton is going to be punting from his own end zone. And that is going to give the very dangerous Aiden Jones just a little bit of room to work with here. Here's the snap. Counton sends one end over end right to Jones. He takes off from the 40-yard line. He's across the 30. Cuts it up to the right. Flag thrown on the play. Jones on the far side of the field gets thrown out of bounds, and an illegal block to the back may bring this one back.
Credit Stevie Green for hustling down the field. He basically created that block in the back by the Mascoutah special teamer, and that should bring the ball back.
Yep, illegal block in the back called by the referee against Mascoutah. So we'll mark off the penalty, and it won't be as an exciting of a return as it started off to be. We're down to the final 88 seconds of this 3rd quarter. And it looks like Mascoutah is going to be starting off in Kahok territory at the Collinsville 43-yard line.
Well, Collinsville's defense has been playing well so far tonight. See if we can't muster up another stop. Approximately midfield. Whoa, we're moving the ball.
Moving the ball again. Why?
That's about where I thought the block in the back was, to be honest with you.
Well, he caught the ball at the 40, and he ran it up to the 30 before anyone even touched anyone, from far as I can tell, but I was watching the ball carrier. So they'll mark it up on the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, single eye back, and the handoff goes to Brown. He is met immediately and taken down by the big man up front who was injured just a little while ago. No, that's Latham Tate. It was Ochoa that was injured. Got the wrong number, but man, Latham Tate laid him out.
Oh, he got some penetration right off of the ball, came in with a head of steam, and Mascoutah's running back was going nowhere with big Latham Tate coming down the pike.
Kevin Brown got that ball in his gut, took one step, and Tate met him. 2nd down and 12 after the loss. Here is a snap. Hansen back to pass. Throws it down the sideline into double coverage and overthrows his intended receiver. Had a couple of Kahawks down there, and it looked to me that the one who had the better angle on it was Kyle Kershaw.
Yeah, great coverage by Kyle Kershaw. Stevie Green, the senior, again, got a great football IQ, read the play, and he went in to help. So brings up 3rd and long for Mascoutah Indians.
3rd and about 12 to go.
Looks like we're going to have a penalty on the play against Collinsville.
Are you kidding me?
Not sure what that was.
Neither am I. I didn't even see the hand signal from the ref.
Pass interference?
Really? I did not see that at all, but again, I'm up here. So, 3rd down and 10.
Boy, that is devastating.
Or 1st down, excuse me. Should be. sideline thing has third, but scoreboard has first. Another throw. This one's going down the sideline, and that one's in the end zone for a touchdown for Aiden Jones. And Mascoutah will extend their lead. Right now sitting at 25-12 with 43.8 seconds left to play here in this third quarter.
That was a great ball by Chase Hansen. Put it right in Jones's hands. Actually, it wasn't bad coverage, just well executed by Mascoutah, and they'll have an extra point try.
Jones, after catching the touchdown, will come on and try the extra point. He's missed 2 of them here tonight. But right now, Collinsville down by 13. Extra point would make it a 2-touchdown game. That's a lot to ask for in this game with a little over a quarter left.
Yeah, penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty was, but that was a killer, man. We had a big stop. They're 3rd and long, and all of a sudden it's 1st and 10 inside the red zone.
Kick is right down the middle, so it becomes a 14-point lead, 26-12 in favor of Mascoutah. So we'll step aside for just a moment. Collins will get the ball back when we come back here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a 1-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you, as we have 43.8 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Swaggart and Richardson standing deep in their own territory at around the 15-yard line, awaiting the next kickoff from Aiden Jones. Or are they going to switch it up, and Aiden Jones is going to get a little bit of a rest, isn't he? How about that? We're going to have Ethan D out there. He is also listed as a kicker on this team. 5'8". Sophomore, 130 pounds of him.
Yeah, little fella.
Yeah,
see what kind of leg he's got on him, huh?
A small one. Kind of look like my legs.
Maybe we can get you a kicking job.
No, I don't think
Todd.
so. Throw out my back. I'll be gone for a month. That one's a bouncer, and it's going to go right into the hands. Oh, this time he didn't call a fair catch.
Well, he did, but the ball wasn't in the air. You can't fair catch a ground ball.
No, you cannot.
I don't think.
Even though it's up in the air on that big old bounce, but another catch there by, he's like, I'm on the return team, but I didn't think I was going to get the ball. Cam Jansen, he's like,
do that hand up. Get away from me.
What am I doing out here?
Not tackle me,
I'm
please.
supposed to be blocking, not running back a kickoff.
Oh, man.
All right, so Collinsville has some work to do. 41 seconds left in this third quarter, so they have time. They just need to put some drives together here and pick up some points. Anderson in shotgun. He has Richardson off to his right-hand shoulder, and the handoff is going to go to Richardson up the middle, and Richardson will be smacked backwards after he picked up about 2. So forward momentum will give him a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Anderson was a little upset. By the time they were set, there were only 6 seconds left on the play clock, so he was in a little bit of a rush. Probably going to let the clock run out or have one more play at the end of the quarter here.
Well, Anderson runs out with the play, gives it to his team. They break huddle with about 11 seconds left in this half. So we'll see if they get it off or not. Anderson in shotgun will get it off, and he'll hand the ball off to Richardson up the middle again. And this time Richardson will not get 2 yards, and a late flag comes in right at the end of the third quarter.
A little extracurriculars going on between Trey Swaggart and one of the backs from Mascoutah. We'll see who they caught talking.
We'll wait for the official call here. It's going to be personal foul against Collinsville, so Kahawks will be looking at a 2nd down and very long when we come back after this timeout on the Kahawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. Third quarter in the books. We begin the fourth. Collinsville is looking at a second down, and I think they have to get it to Caseyville for a first down.
Yeah, penalties really hurting Collinsville on both sides of the ball. You know, we have a big stop on third down. We get a penalty. Now we get a personal foul. We have second and forever. Let's see if we can bust a big play.
There is a end around by Green once again. He puts on the brakes, and he cannot get around Cedric Rhodes. And Collinsville will be faced with a fourth and very long.
Should be third down.
Yeah, third down, excuse me. That was a second down because of the penalty. The penalty was an unsportsmanlike conduct call because someone was running their mouth.
Yeah, Coach Joe Beavis let his team know that that is unacceptable. We should not say any words to the opponent. And I like it that he's making sure to discipline these kids no matter what.
Jackson Lee comes in from the sideline. He'll go out as a wide receiver over on the far side, and Collinsville has a third down and 23 to go from their own 24-yard line. This time Green on the opposite side on the end around, and he has some blockers in front of him, but he can't escape a tackle by Thomas Conroy.
Mascoutah, credit Mascoutah. They're not going to let Stephen Green burn him a third time. I mean, we're going to have to have somebody else beat him. Good idea. It's worked before, but Mascoutah had those sniffed out both times.
So Chase Countin out to punt. And again, it's going to be to a short field. Aiden Jones stands back at midfield, awaits the punt, and it's on the way. It's high. It's not going to go very deep. And Jones has it bounce off his helmet, but right back into his arms. And then he comes over here to the near side sideline where he's going to get pushed out of bounds. Uh-oh. And now we have a flag as Aiden Jones just kind of shoved Chase Countin right in the face when that play was over. There was already a flag earlier on the play, so we have two flags on this play.
Yeah, Coach Beavis, I mean, things are getting heated, and he's telling his guys, do not talk to the other team, period. Credit Chase Countin for holding his cool. I mean, he took a hand right to the face. That's tough to handle and hold your cool in a game of football.
So apparently both penalties were against Mascoutah. They'll take the biggest one, which would be the unsportsmanlike conduct. And Collinsville should have the ball in Mascoutah territory. Or, excuse me, Mascoutah will have the ball.
Yeah, that'd be after the return.
Mascoutah has the ball, but in their own territory, which they were going to be close to anyway, right at midfield. But now they'll be deeper in their own territory.
Referees aren't sure what to do.
Are you shocked?
Well, at least they're talking it out.
I know. I'm just having fun. These guys got off to a rough start.
Boy, they sure did. It's comical, at least.
Calling false starts against the defense, offsides against the offense. I don't know. So, at any rate, Mascoutah will start deep or deeper in their own territory than what they would have.
Looks like they assessed both penalties.
They might have. Because one was during the play and one was a dead ball foul, yeah. So instead of having the ball at midfield, Mascoutah's going to have it at their own 19-yard line. 10:20 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 26-12. Mascoutah has the lead. Back in at quarterback, Hansen. He looks to throw. He throws to the left, and he overthrows his intended receiver, which was Christian Harms.
He may be coming off to end position because it looked like we had Damian Swaggart out in pass coverage, which you don't see very often.
So, 2nd down and 10 for Mascoutah from their own 19-yard line. Collinsville trailing by 2 touchdowns. Here is a keeper by the quarterback, Hansen, across the line of scrimmage, and some more room, and finally brought down by Damian Swaggart before he could get any farther.
Yeah, Damian Swaggart slows him down. The safety, Stevie Green, comes in to help seal the deal. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Mascoutah Indians here with 9:55 left in the final quarter of this football contest.
So 3rd and short for Mascoutah. Hansen in shotgun will hand the ball off, and he'll do so to Brown. And Brown, he got a 1st down, but boy, I tell you, he was lucky to get that 1st down. Chase Counton was in there and got him from the ankles, and down he went.
He sure did. Chase Counton dove like
there's not going to be a 1st down.
Man, what a play by the senior Chase Counton.
Left him about a yard short, maybe even a half a yard short, and that down marker and the
they might measure
yardstick they're like right next to each other. Yeah, they are.
Look for a measurement here.
Yeah, we're going to measure. We didn't have a chain gang walk out to the field all game last game, I don't think. With all the running going on last week between Triad and Collinsville, last week's game was already over by this time. 9.5 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter. It's 9:09 on the clock. And slowly the chain gang will make their way out. Jeremy Hall, Nathan Hall's dad, part of the chain gang. I remember him telling me that last week when we were hanging out over at LC's Pub. He said he's going to be on the chain gang during the Mascoutah game. This is going to be real close, I guarantee you that much. Going to be, uh-oh, I know they're making him move it again. Why don't you get it in the right spot there, fellas? How hard is it?
Oh, boy. How many referees does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many referees does it take to figure out where to spot the marker part of the chain? And it looks like they're going to be a 1st down by about an inch.
1st down, Mascoutah.
Man, oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Fresh set of downs here for Mascoutah. And I don't even know. They have the spot held by the referee to come down and place it down on a yard line so they know where to spot. And
it's usually pretty quick.
They moved it back like twice.
It's usually pretty quick.
Yeah. Here's the snap. Hansen's going to go back to pass again. He steps up, and now he looks and he throws, and it's picked off by Green at midfield, up to the 40, and knocked out of bounds at the Indians' 35-yard line. Interception by Stevie Green.
What an athletic play by the senior Stevie Green. It completely changed the complexion of this game. Collinsville will take over on downs in Mascoutah's territory.
I don't understand why Mascoutah's throwing the ball, to tell you the truth. They're up by 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Isn't this when you run the ball and chew the clock up?
You would think, but you see, what was the one Super Bowl? You saw this stuff in the NFL, where
right.
Was it the Seahawk game where they could have just run the clock out, they threw it, and it was a mess. But, hey, give credit to Stevie Green. What a catch.
So, Colby Anderson and company back on offense. He has Jerry Richardson off the left-hand shoulder, and a handoff is going to go to Richardson. He tries to cut it up after getting started on the right-hand side, but he was tripped up in the backfield on a nice play by Jaden Neal for Mascoutah.
Yeah, nothing doing for Jerry. Credit him. He saw the outside was sealed, so he tried to go straight up the field, and the big lineman from Mascoutah makes a nice tackle from behind, chased him down.
Sure did. 8:54 and counting left to go here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville needs 2 touchdowns to tie. That didn't help. That knocks them back to about a 2nd down and 13.
Got Trent Mode here on the near side, wide out roll.
Snap goes to Anderson. He looks for Mode. He throws for Mode down the sideline and just
interference
past
please.
the hands of Trent Mode. Providing the coverage on the play was Cedric Rhodes. And yeah, you made a strong case that there could have been a flag on that play.
Certainly contact. Maybe it wasn't catchable. Maybe the ball was out of bounds. But there was certainly contact on the play.
That there was. So that stops the clock with 8.5 minutes to go, and it brings up a 3rd down and long for Collinsville. They wanted to reset the play clock. Now the play clock runs, so Collinsville's got plenty of time. And 3rd down and long here for Collinsville. Anderson with Richardson over his left shoulder. Anderson's going to hold on to the ball, and he blows right past Richardson. I don't know why Richardson didn't go up and provide some blocking, but that just backfired everywhere.
Yeah, quarterback keeper to the left side is only going to work so long. I mean, you are in 2-down territory, but, with 3rd and long, you got to get 6-7 yards. You're not going to be able to bounce it to the outside on this linebacker core from Mascoutah. They've just shown too much speed.
I wonder if Richardson didn't understand the play.
It could have been a cross-up, right?
So, 4th down and 13 here for Collinsville. Got to get it all the way up to the 25-yard line for a 1st down. Right now the ball on the 38.
Look for a go route to Trey Swaggart here on the near side, possibly. He's talking to Colby.
And now Coach Beavis wants a timeout. I think that Mascoutah might have sniffed that out because right before they were getting ready to go to their spots, Swaggart and Anderson were talking about things, so that kind of tipped the hat there.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll keep it right here. 7:38 left to play here in this fourth quarter. It is 26-12 in favor of Mascoutah. Collinsville trying to pick up their first win in a long time. They went 0 for 9 last year, did the Kahawks. Got shut out last week against Triad. Finally picked up a score here in this one to break the 5-quarter drought. And now the Kahawks trying to move it downfield, get a touchdown. Got to have the first touchdown before you get the second one to tie.
Well, it's been an entertaining game.
It has.
2 huge penalties really hurt the Kahawks in this game. They played well enough to be, more in this game, not be 2 scores down, but a couple of big penalties hurt them. But kids are playing with energy. They're hustling across the field. They're all over the field. And, I like what I'm seeing is a new birth for Kahawk football. Underclassmen are playing well. These seniors and juniors are giving it their all. So let's see what Collinsville has in store on this 4th down.
Stevie Green lines up as a tight end on the right side of the formation. Anderson rolls out to that side, and Richardson throws a block, and the ball is up in the air, and it falls incomplete. Mascoutah will get it on downs. A lot of pressure back there in the backfield against Anderson.
Yeah, he tried to roll out and, get outside the edge, and looks like he's hanging that right arm a little bit. I know he had a little issues with that, so hopefully Colby Anderson's okay.
So the Mascoutah Indians take over, and I'm guessing they're not going to throw the ball this time.
You wouldn't think so.
I didn't think so last time. All right, so Chase Hansen back at center in shotgun. Has a running back to his left, and that running back is Rain Jackson. Jackson gets the ball and tries the right side of the formation and gets back up to the line of scrimmage and got about a yard after that. So 2nd down and about 9 to go, maybe 9.5 to go after that. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, look for Mascoutah to use every second of that 40-second play clock, which is smart. No reason to rush things.
Kahawks have 2 timeouts left, so they can only stop the clock twice. And it looks like Rain Jackson, the ball carrier, goes limping off the field, so they'll bring back in Kevin Brown, and he stands behind Hansen. Snap. Handoff goes to Brown, and Brown goes up the middle, and he's going to get back up to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
The best thing Collinsville can hope for now is maybe take a swipe at the ball, knock one loose, get a turnover, a quick score. But at this pace, well, it is 3rd and long. You know, we could force a punt and get the ball back.
Sure.
There's still over 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Mascoutah in no hurry to get back up to the line to run this play. Still 19 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, they'll probably snap this ball with about 6 minutes left in the game.
Brown again stands to the left of Hansen. Here's the snap, and Brown gets the fake handoff. Hansen keeps it, and he gets back up to the line of scrimmage. So the defense doing their part, maybe a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 7 to go, and we have 2 Kahok players hurt on the play. One's holding the knee, and the other one is, I don't know what they're doing, but they're not moving very well, that's for sure. So we have a injury timeout, so we will step aside as well, and we are back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service, as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Damian Swaggart and Seth Sorensen were the hurt Kahawks, but both of them walked off the field under their own power, so that is nice to see. As Mascoutah is faced with a 4th down and long here on their own 41-yard line. They're going to punt, and now Collinsville will send a punt returner back deep. It is Stevie Green, and end-over-end kick is going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. They will mark it down at the 33, so they finally send a punt returner back, and they kick the ball out of bounds.
Funny how that works.
I know.
I don't think they wanted that ball anywhere near Stevie Green.
Probably not. I'm sure they've already seen what he can do with some open space.
Has put on a show tonight. Proud of the senior. So Collinsville will get the ball back. You know, if we can break a big play, we still have time to get a stop. Definitely a chance for the Kahawks here to pull a come-from-behind victory here at Kahok Stadium on what's turned into a chilly Friday night. Nice what we got here.
We need some big plays. None of these 2-3-yard runs, that's not going to do it right now. Anderson takes the snap, hands the ball off to Green. Green on that little end around, brings it up across the 40-yard line, so he'll pick up about 7 on the play. They blew it dead. He'll be marked down at about the 41-yard line, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and about 3. Nice play.
Yes, good run by Stevie Green. Goes north and south. Still a little chitter-chatter going on out there. Hopefully these boys can keep their cool and we can play a clean last 5 minutes of this high school football game.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be this chilly, man. I thought temperatures were going to be in the 50s. Feels like it's more in the upper 30s.
I'm about to start doing jumping jacks, Todd.
Oh, man, you'll shake the camera. Don't do that. Here's a snap. Anderson throws it, and he had a man open, and the defender never looked back at the ball. That could have very easily have been called a pass interference.
You know, you either let them play or you call it consistently. They hammered Collinsville on that big pass interference play, but at any rate, not going to happen here. That's an incomplete pass. That'll set up 3rd and a long 3.
Chase Hansen.
3rd and 2.
Chase Hansen had Stevie Green stride for stride, but Hansen never turned around to see where the pass was coming from, and 9 times out of 10, that's called a pass interference. 3rd down and 3 for Collinsville. Anderson takes the snap, and a handoff to Jerry Richardson. He gets out of trouble and picks up the 1st down.
Boy, incredible. Mascoutah stacks the box again. We just tip him off and run right up the gut. Jerry gets stopped a yard deep in the backfield, makes a 2nd effort. Good for a 1st down, Collinsville.
14-point lead by Mascoutah. Time is running out. 4:25 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Fresh set of downs for Collinsville, but they're still in their own territory at the Kahok 44-yard line.
Look for Collinsville to take a shot down the left side of the field to Trey Swaggart.
There's a snap. Anderson back to pass. Overthrows Swaggart. That should have been a line drive pass. Instead, it had way too much air underneath it.
Yeah, he just got crossed up. I'm not sure.
Slipped out of his hand.
Slipped. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's the only explanation because it was more of a slant route, sort of a skinny post.
Stops the clock with 4:09 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 26-12 in favor of Mascoutah. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for Collinsville. Ball still on their own 44-yard line. Trent Mode lines up as the wide receiver on the far side. Here's the snap. Anderson's going to try that side. Has some blockers in front of him, but he's going to run into quite the resistance there and maybe pick up a yard.
Yeah, Mascoutah's defensive line is certainly holding their ground, especially in the interior. Good sportsmanship there, though. Who is that from Mascoutah? A big linebacker, number 42, Ryan Jackson. Helps the Collinsville man up off the turf. You got to love to see good sportsmanship in high school athletics. Good for him.
Actually, gain of 3 on the play instead of just a yard, so a 3rd down and 7. 3.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Time running out on Collinsville here. They're going to have to maybe throw the ball a little bit more than they would like to, and here is a throw. It's coming down this side, and Trey Swaggart can't quite get there. Bodies bump into each other, but no flags on the play.
Yeah, I like the no call. They were both kind of handsing, you know. Trey had a chance, but he was kind of falling down when the ball got there. It hit him in the hands, and he knows it. Oh, he's frustrated. Good try, though.
Stops the clock with 3:19 and brings up 4th and long here for Collinsville. They'll have to throw it again. We are not back in action with you until Monday. We have girls volleyball action coming from Virgil Fletcher Monday evening against Highland. And the next day we'll have soccer against Edwardsville from this very field. And then I think we don't have anything until the Friday night football game at Highland. Jackson Lee lines up as a wide receiver on the near side. And a flag for a delay of game. So Collinsville will lose 5 yards. Instead of 4th and 7, it'll bring up 4th and 12.
I don't think it's going to change the play call.
No, probably not.
Right.
Coach Beavis is calling Anderson back over as they have a brand new play clock, so a little bit more time in which to change things up if he wants to. So maybe it's not the same formation or the same play call. Unless he called him over there to say, do the same thing.
Maybe. I think you're going to see Jackson Lee get a shot here.
Well, that's about the only opportunity that, now what? Timeout called by Mascoutah. We'll keep it right here. 3:19 left to play here in this fourth quarter. It is very chilly, and we're supposed to be sunny and 75 tomorrow, man, with this. We going to make it that far with this cold of a start?
I hope so.
Me too, because I have plans tomorrow. I'm going to go play some washers.
Oh, yeah? Where are you going to do that?
We got my washer league that's going to start up on the first Wednesday in May. We had to find a new place to play because our old place had their restaurant shut down.
Oh, man.
And so we're going over to the Columbus Plaza, the old KSC Hall over there in Collinsville. So we're going to go check things out and start planning. And we're going to bring some washer boxes with us and play for a little bit.
Very nice.
Have a couple of adult beverages as well.
We thought we were good at washers at college, and when we all got in the workforce, we joined a washer league over at Big Daddy's in Soulard. And I don't think we won a game. It was unbelievable. We couldn't believe it. We were shocked. These old fellers rolled in there, and they hit 2 to 4 cans every time.
I believe this is going to be my 12th or 13th year in this washer league. We started off over at Softball Central there in Troy, and then we moved over to the Lake House at Maryville, and they got shut down, and now we're moving again. All right, fourth and very long for Collinsville. Here is Anderson. He's running for his life, and he drops the ball. Mascoutah's going to cover it up, and that will pretty much put the icing on the cake for this one.
Yes, sir.
3:12 left to play. Mascoutah recovers the fumble on Collinsville's 35-yard line. And that one stings.
Yeah, that should seal the deal for the Kahawks here. Look for Mascoutah to just kind of run a couple running plays and hopefully run the clock out and keep everybody safe and injury-free throughout the end of this game.
The other Pool B, by the way, of this Mississippi Valley Bowl Series includes Waterloo and Jerseyville and Civic Memorial and Granite City. Waterloo and Jerseyville won their games last week, so they went into tonight's action 1-0 as Hansen keeps the ball and gets up to the 35-yard line, so a gain of 1 on the play. So that means that Civic Memorial and Granite City started off the night 0-1. Last week, Waterloo beat Civic Memorial 33-19, while Jerseyville shut out Granite City 16-0. Next week, Collinsville will be at Highland, and Mascoutah and Triad will hook up. We will have the game for you at Highland. Myself and Chris Keller will be along for that one. 2.5 minutes to go in this one, and the handoff goes to Brown. Brown goes up the middle and picks up some positive yardage to bring up a 3rd down and short situation, but Collinsville, even though they have 2 timeouts left, probably not going to stop the clock being down by 2 touchdowns.
Correct.
Yeah.
Looks like Mascoutah gets one more first down, then they run the clock out, and we go home with a respectable, hard-fought game here out of this Kahok varsity squad.
Nice to get a couple of touchdowns on the board after being shut out last week by Triad, so take the positives where you can get it.
Yeah, I agree.
Hansen in shotgun once again. Brown to his right, and Brown will get the fake handoff. Hansen will keep it, and he'll get up to about the 30, and Collinsville will stop him there, so it'll bring up 4th down with about 95 seconds left to play. Soccer team is in action tomorrow, but they're on the road at Triad.
That'll be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, Triad's got a really good soccer team right now.
Soccer at Collinsville, like a lot of the other sports, a lot of youth in Collinsville, a lot of excitement for our sports program in the coming years. So everybody stay tuned and support your young Collinsville Kahawk athletes.
Under a minute to go as Hansen is ready to take a snap, and he's going to throw it? Really? He's going to throw it to Jones, and Jones almost caught it right at the same time that Kyle Kershaw got there, so the ball falls incomplete. That stops the clock. Collinsville gets the ball back with 48.9 seconds to go. That's surprising to me.
That is interesting. That's for sure. We'll see what Collinsville does.
Well, unless
they just take a knee, but
shove the ball downfield like a Hail Mary pass and then an onside kick, do it all over again, you're tied, right? Stranger things have happened in the game of football.
Yeah, you're right.
If you've watched this game long
enough.
enough.
I love sports. It's when you think you've seen it all, something else happens you haven't seen.
Edwardsville defeated Belleville East tonight, 49-21. As I was saying earlier, O'Fallon, they got their program shut down. Somebody tested positive for COVID, and
I heard 40 of them.
Really? Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's true, but somebody told me that in the office today.
Wow. A run right up the middle, made it back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe a yard on the play.
That should do it.
And Collinsville will probably have one more play, although they don't have to. 30 seconds left on both the play clock and the game clock. But they will. Jackson Lee lines up as a wide receiver over on the far side. Richardson, the running back. He will take the ball up the middle. And Richardson will get some positive yardage, about 2. But that is going to do it, folks. Clock's going to hit 0, and the final score will be 26-12 in favor of Mascoutah. Mascoutah improves to 2-0 on this shortened season, while Collinsville falls to 0-2. Final thoughts before you walk out of here, sir?
Just good to see Collinsville get some points on the board. Really proud of the seniors, especially Stevie Green, Chase Counton, Mr. Sorensen. There are some bright spots here in Collinsville football, so pay attention throughout the rest of the year. Todd, thanks for having us. Have a great night. Good luck to the soccer team tomorrow.
All right. You heard it. Thank you very much there, Dr. McCluskey. We now move you into the Culp Jennings Florist post-game show brought to you by my friends at Culp Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area. Has been for generations. Culp Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials, and to find out about those specials, give them a call at 344-0404 or online at culpjennings.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Culp Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville loses tonight 26-12. They are 0-2 on the year as Mascoutah moves to 2-0. Triad beat Highland tonight by a score of 28-14. So Triad and Mascoutah are 2-0 in Pool A, while Highland and Collinsville are 0-2 in Pool A. Here are a couple of stats that we have for you. Chase Hansen running the ball at 21 for 95 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Kevin Brown ran the ball 11 times for 10 yards, lost a fumble as well through the air. Hansen Ended up going 10 of 23 for 171 yards. He had a couple of touchdowns and an interception. Aiden Jones caught one of those touchdowns. Chase McDaniel caught the other touchdown for Collinsville. Their leading rusher, was Jerry Richardson. He had 20 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown. Colby Anderson also had a touchdown. He carried the ball 15 times for 37 yards through the air. Anderson only hit one pass again. One pass last week and one this week. One pass out of 8 tries for 26 yards, and that one pass went to Stephen Green. So that is going to do it for us here tonight. We are off until Monday when we are over at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for some girls volleyball action as the Highland Lady Bulldogs come into town. We'll be on around 4:30 for the JV game, and then the varsity game will follow that, and then we're back here on this field Tuesday as we have some boys soccer action for you as the rival Edwardsville Tigers come into town, and then we have our football game next week at Friday. Myself and Chris Kettler will be there to bring you that one. Big thank you to Glenn Woodcock for helping us hook up this huddle camera, and we know we still have some bugs to work out, but we'll continue to work on those as we go along. And another big thank you to Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone, and my name is Todd Duke, and until Monday evening from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, everyone have yourselves a fantastic weekend.